Warning: the following content may contain elements that are not suitable for some audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome back to the Bard's Playhouse presents Tales from Shadow Valley, Season 5, Episode 7, Fangwood Keep. Thank you so much for joining us. Now let's bring in our wonderful cast. We have Eldritch as Khan, the God Carver Rizzolo.
Always great to be here, even though it's not the Pride episode today. I'm still gay. Ha!
Still gay. Shane as Zavid, friend and liberator of outcasts, monsters, and undead.
Yahar, I heard we are going to be using the Windseeker to go on a little journey, so I'm going to be preventing scurvy today.
Yar, I had scurvy in college because I was too stubborn to eat fruit.
Shit.
Elliot as Reese Guiltley.
That's
the
actually
secret
true.
Scourge. It actually is true.
Hi, what's up? I'm gonna take pictures.
Woo woo. And Ash as Hierophant Danny Arion.
We're gods, yo!
Pretty much.
Yeah,
As
yeah.
always, I am Lumbee Bronzearm and will be your DM for today. Last time, Lux Et Umbra studied and prepared. Knowing that they are slowly becoming more godlike and are in need of key divine advisors, Zavid informed them that they all need to choose a herald, one trusted undead, to take on the responsibility of being the voice of a deity. Zavid chose his former enemy turned flesh golem friend, Liliana Thriceborn. Outfitting her with a piece of Corvosan history, a suit of Grey Maiden plate armor caused Liliana's subconscious to manifest a powerful weapon. A flail larger than a halfling's body with a chain thicker than a man's arm, the Exer Fist displays the might of not only Liliana's arm, but also her station. Reese's herald was never in question. A trusted undead made of bones, only one game in town. The town of Skjoldmur, that is. It didn't take much convincing for Anyanka Jenkins to gleefully accept. As the Lord of Bones and the Gelatin Witch made the decision official with a hug, Anyanka's hat frayed to yarn, the weave reforming it into the frigid, peaked hat of the Rime Tempest, coated in jagged frost. While hard at work on a monstrous flesh cloak, Khan's childhood circus friend Wasilka the Gastastic came to see her. As Lord of Flesh, Khan knew immediately that the mute acrobatic ghast she'd thrown from trapeze countless times was the perfect choice for her grave guardian. While Wasilka explained the gospel of Lux Et Umbra she was penning, the headband of Twilight's reprise appeared upon her brow, the holy symbol of Lux Et Umbra emblazoned on her forehead. In her luxurious, bepillowed bedroom, Queen Dany led in Tessariel. An elf saved from Abaddon and Urgathoa, Tessariel had been fed on countless times by vampires. The sudden lack of feeding caused her blood to burn her veins from the inside, so she begged Dany to drain her, to raise her as a vampire. Though it took some convincing, and the signed informed consent form, the Lord of Blood sired her grave guardian. As Tessariel raised to her feet, the lithe spear of the turning leaf appeared on her back. The grave guardians have been gathered. Within the town of Etrin's Folly, the annual Pride Fest had begun. People came from all corners of Avestan for the yearly fun. Having been at last year's celebration, Lux Et Umbra made especially sure to mark this day on their calendar. The group split up almost immediately, Zavid and Dany to the pepper stall, and Khan and Reese to the live music. Having a year's worth of unwitting practice, Zavid reluctantly accepted a Chalaxian Reaper Pepper challenge from Dany. The Queen of Druma ate one without an issue, until Zavid produced a mushroom sold by this one that can return any amount of damaged taste. After the tar-like fungus went down, Dany ate a second pepper, causing her to cry her makeup into sexy, streaky goth tears. Accepting his fate, Zavid downed a pepper, expecting near death, but being shocked by how much he truly enjoyed the flavor this time. Khan and Reese put on a fanciful spar while Blanc and the Fae Fighters played battle music for them and the cheering crowd. Having worked up a thirst, Khan made her way to Jorgen Pine, the wine merchant. Trying the new vintages on offer, Blushfire 21 and Frost Kiss Reserve, Khan impressed everyone around her with her incredible ability to keep these extreme wines down. While Khan imbibed, Reese went shopping. Buying up all the hug pins and warm cookies he could find, a familiar face tugged his sleeve. It was Sadie, the desert goblin from Assyrian. She had a problem, though. She wanted to buy a ring for her girlfriend Taffy, but Taffy wouldn't leave. Reese was off like a shot, Project Distract the Girlfriend in full swing. Khan stumbled over as Reese found Taffy browsing instruments. Taffy was thrilled to see them, but she needed a favor. She wanted to buy a ring for Sadie, but Sadie wouldn't leave and needed a distraction. Reese and Khan fumbled around like Keystone cops, finally managing to get the beautiful ring for each goblin in love. At the feed mill, the local watering hole, Lux Et Umbra saw familiar but out-of-place faces. The Rotgut family, Dirge's clan from the city of Fogden, had made their way all the way to Etrin's Folly for pride, even bringing the king of beers himself, Bud the Wiser. Serving frosty buds and eating appetizers made by Bud the Wiser's son, Bud Light, Lux Et Umbra felt peckish. Across the road was the umami smell of Zoku ramen. Within, Belza Flattail, semi-metamorphosed Gripply chef crafted a lovely ramen with ritualistic reverence for taste, culture, and ingredient. Khan's mixing of pepper wine, frostberry wine, regular wine, beer, swamp ramen, and an icy dragonfly-based dessert had left her a little green behind the gills. Zavid felt bad for his friend, so cured her drunk sickness, after which the Lord of Flesh devoured the meaty meal with reckless abandon. At last, as the sun began to set on another wonderful Pride Festival, the town gathered at the newly unveiled statue of the lovers. The Bold One's religion had spread rapidly amongst the locals, as Fork, recently elected Pope of the Dawn Dragon, gave a rousy-firing sermon upon the head of the Dream Dragon. His words echoed the tenets of love, togetherness, and the power to overcome any obstacle together. The crowd devoured their dried chilaxi and reaper peppers and felt the heat of the sun as it set behind the Five Kings Mountains. Oh, bit of a long one last time, but quite a bit happened. It was a blast and like 3.5 hours long. So
Yeah.
this is where we come in today, within the throne room of Castle Arion, Danny's kingdom. The four of you are at breakfast, and before anything else, I need all of you to roll will saves, DC 39. Zavid, I need 2 of them.
We got first blood though, so I'm gonna say.
Oh,
Will
good.
save.
Critical for, or not a critical for Reese, but a save. That is a just barely a save there, Danny. Oh, that's a failure for Zavid. Khan got a success. Oh, 2 failures for Zavid. Do you want
No,
to
did
Oh,
I
super
go up to a
grumpy.
success with that? How does that work?
No, on these ones, it's just on a normal will save you would because you're a cleric, but for just the planet ones, it's pass-fail.
Okay.
So if you'd like, you may use a hero point to re-roll either or both of those, because both of those, that is 2 failures.
I understand.
Okay, your choice.
Mhm.
All right, cool. Then I will give you, you get Necromancer's Possession, which, to refresh our memory, this is the religion one from the occult magic of, I believe, Eox the Dead? Yes, so I need you to roll a d20 publicly, Shane. And then you
Okay.
also get Zealot's Ire, which is the one that makes you not like people of very differing religions. A
Number 1.
Okay, that's not a bad thing in this necessarily in this case.
Yeah.
You are only able to speak Draconic this morning for
Oh.
the first 10 minutes, and anytime you get into a stressful situation. So for the first 10 minutes, you come down. You're having a bad morning. Usually Reese comes down last, but this day it's Zavid. This is the first time you've had both at the same time.
Yeah.
It's also the first time you've had the Eox the Dead one, the language one. Reese has had it, but you have not.
I'm quiet when I come down. I like looking at everybody, you know, like going about their business and stuff, and I'm like dreaming still. I'm thinking in my head. Cut to me waking up and saying something, and then being like, my mouth feels weird. That's not how I normally say that. But I can't quite like perceive myself speaking another language. I'm like, why does? Is that how I say that? Something's off. So like I'm not really sure like what's going on. So I'm just not talking because I don't want to like embarrass myself.
You think
So,
it's
like,
just morning breath?
I think it's some sort of planetary thing because I could feel the
Mhm.
Zealot's Ire thing. So I'm like, maybe it's a new effect from that, and I'm like,
You can
I don't
roll
want
a
to.
D3
I don't want to
for
say
religion
hi,
check.
how's it going? And I'm thinking it's gonna be like, fuck you. Like I don't know what it's gonna come out as. So Zavid's just being quiet, and he's like trying not to give away that he feels off.
I've made cupcakes for everybody, so
Amazing.
of course
Shit.
she's gonna give cupcake favor to all of you guys,
Yep.
and then gonna look at Zavid. Here you go, big guy. I made a change this time. Tell me if you can taste the difference.
What does it taste like?
Normally she would have put what would have been your favorite? I don't remember. Ashley does remember. Danny does. You had a favorite. I don't remember what it was.
I don't remember. Right?
Flavor?
Yeah.
Red velvet, because it's red.
Yeah. So she would have added less like vinegar to it and more like cocoa powder to make it a bit more stronger in chocolatey flavor. So it's like a blood red almost.
Fusroda. Dragonborn.
Dovahkiin.
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 Does anyone speak Draconic?
I think Khan does. But let's double check. It's in the notes tab of your character sheet.
Can I roll
Khan does.
Can I roll something to see if I can parse together with my gibberish skills?
You absolutely can. Let's go with the DC of 40. I'm sure you're gonna nail that.
Yeah. What is I'm rolling?
Society. Because like I
Right.
said, you're gonna nail that. And then Danny,
No.
you also do not. So Khan, you understand him completely. Yeah, and Reese, you can kind of, you've heard enough root words and you've heard, a couple of slang phrases here and there that you kind of, that he gave you a greeting.
Priest just looks at Khan and goes, "Is this what it was like when I spoke celestial or whatever that
Yeah,
was?"
it was.
Yeah.
Abyssal.
Abyssal?
He said it's good, Danny.
He's got a touch of the draconic.
Is the planets doing that thing again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll be back to normal in a
I
little
just
bit.
nod.
Remember with me, he'll be back to normal in a little bit. He'll be fine.
I go to open my mouth to say something and you just hear like the Dragonborn theme from Skyrim. He's like, yeah.
At this point, it's just kind of just one of those. I'll add more sugar to it next time. And then she just goes back to the kitchen.
After having this conversation, Tessariel, I should have had her picture up. 1 second. Tessa, or Tess. I think you said you wanted to call her Tess, correct?
Danny.
Danny?
Yes.
You were calling her Tess, correct? Yes? Yes, I thought so. So Tess, your new grave guardian and the herald to the Lord of Blood, walks up to all of you and says, "Good morning, Lux Et Umbra. I wanted to speak to you. I was hoping you had a moment."
We got all the time in the world right now.
Camera cuts to our table and I'm dressed as a graybeard. Like, nod.
But like a really fake gray beard.
I'm wearing a fake gray beard and a brown robe.
She says, "No, yes, do you remember at Ergothor's palace, the tree you found outside? She was trying to recreate my experiment on her terrace?
Yeah.
I was attempting to figure out a way to tree stride to the planet of Castrovel. I clearly failed. I believe you said I needed to use something called an ant shard rather than the native Castrovelli tree.
Oh,
Beside the point. I wanted to let you know I have relocated my old laboratory. It had been 1,000 years, so a fortification, a military fortress has been built and fallen to ruin in the time since. I have looked in there, and it has been completely overrun with goblins. I was truly hoping all of you could help me get in there and recover my work on the arcane engine deep beneath it.
Oh, I absolutely got this. And
Oh, I love goblins.
Reese is gonna be like, "I'll be right back." And he runs out, and when he returns, he looks like the way his father did when he was a goblin.
Parthenax, Elduin!
If Eli can eventually pull that art up, that'd be
Yeah.
great.
Vanity Ground is freezing on me trying to open it.
Yep.
Not responding. Give me a moment.
No,
I will
you're
have
good.
your image of your father once I can.
You're
Zavid,
fine.
every time at this point you start speaking, I just keep giving you a cupcake. Like, just eat this and shut up.
You already sound like you're
Zavid
talking with
won't
your mouth
stop.
full.
Now that he understands that it's just draconic, and it's like, oh, that's fine.
There we
Oh,
go.
nice.
That is what Reese. That is the false image that Reese's Ifriti fire djinn father put on.
Yeah.
He gave the illusion of being the Goblin King for 8,000 years, I think I said.
Yeah. So he just like goes up to her. He's like, "Think this'll be good convincing?"
Oh my.
Yeah.
Yes, that's quite regal indeed. I think that could definitely make an impression at the very least.
Okay, perfect. And he's just chilling, looking like his dad.
Yeah, thanks for everything.
You look amazing.
Thank you.
Highlights into.
I fortunately and unfortunately remember what my father looked like for some time when he was being not a djinn.
I only remember what my father looks like when he was possessed by a dragon-loving curse.
You know what? I'm not gonna say same difference, but I get it.
Same hat.
Same hat.
Busarada.
You could have a hero point for this, if we're gonna cut out of this theme
Thank you.
from right there. Gonna kind of fade away onto and hand wave you getting onto the Windseeker. And in addition, Reese, you have had you have been training the skeleton crew since you got
Yes.
back. So they have actually taken quite well to
Hell yeah.
their work upon the Windseeker. Just kind of move the big stuff out of the way. You can close the throne room, and here we are on the back of the Windseeker. This is your ship now, Zavid. Adelina and the Windseekers are no longer here, and Reese, you are in control of Captain Bacon. Jean-Bart and François Le Debonair, your bosun and first mate, are also on the ship. These
Yes,
scalawags. And there are more skeletons than I have put on here, but it's just after a certain
You don't
point,
you
there's
don't
no
bog
point.
it down.
Yeah, I don't want to bog it down. But there are skeletons running here and there, pulling the main sail, swabbing the poop deck, other naval terms that I don't know the meaning of, getting ready to
Hauling
take
the
off.
mast.
Yeah, pulling the mast, all of that stuff. Is there anything you want to do whilst upon the Windseeker? Because I will show you where you're going. Tesario will pull up a map and say, yes, it is not a very far flight. There we go. You zoom in on the lake in Carthen, that big old lake, you'll see Druma on the southern end.
Mm.
And then if you look just to the west of there, enter drawing mode, that's Druma. And if you just look right over here to near Mathis Forest, that is where you guys fought the amalgamation of your fears, the dream thing. It was like a snake, angel, bug thing. Yeah, it's the same forest. So you've been there before, roughly. You can leave that map now. Don't need it anymore. So it's a very short
I'm
flight.
still gonna look at it because I'm getting a good view of all these different nations I know about. I'm like,
Oh,
this
hell
is
yeah. You
fucking
can-
crazy.
Do whatever you want with that map. But yeah, it's a very short flight. So is there anything any of you want to do during this it's like 2 hours flight?
I am just obviously I know this is like an end game thing, but it takes time to plan. So Danny's just trying to plan what would a democracy look like. So she's just like writing sketches and stuff like that.
I realized after we had that session where you talked about that Zavid, you set up a democracy in the city of the ghouls beneath Osirian.
Yeah.
So you would be a good one to work with Danny on that because you already set up a representative democracy.
Yeah, I'll use Morks kunnen senden, and we'll set up a call with them. We don't have to role play it if you don't want to, but just
Yeah, you
kinda
can just set up a call
yeah.
for later.
get them in touch.
Absolutely. Yeah, the people, the undead in that city, Danny, would be really good to have as advisors to eventually work towards converting to a democracy.
Yeah, so that's what she would be
Awesome.
doing.
Okay, then Con, what would you be doing? Doing a short? It's like just a short flight, like you're going to Vegas, that kind of a thing.
Yeah. Power nap.
Good call. Power nap. And then Reese,
Like she
what do you-
just woke up, but she's taking another nap for extra power.
we want that battery at 110%, huh?
Yes.
You know what? Fine, take a hero point. Don't do it. Don't expect that to happen again.
A hero point for a nap?
Yeah, like I said,
Okay.
don't expect it to work again.
All right, you got it.
Reese, what are you doing?
Reese is talking with, the captain, going through the crew, getting to know them, and like, now that they're officially in the sky, he's gonna take basically like this I think that if there's like a gold type of like paint and put it on like the skull of the crew, just be like, you guys are all together now. If anybody gets lost, that gold smear is how you know who you are, and it's your symbol of the crew. Like, he's just like rallying everybody up to feel like a team. And then also he's looking at the ship and stuff because he ordered a very nice like chromatic wax. So the ship kind of like glimmers in the sky, and he's just like looking over the ship, looking at it like, yep, this got a nice shine to it, very gay, I love it. If I'm gonna be in charge of a skeleton crew, it's gotta look good.
Yeah, and it does look good. Con, I want you to give me crafting or Arcana, your choice, DC 42.
You got it. I'll give you crafting. There we go.
47. Great. Do you see the red gem at the very southern end of the Windseeker? It's at the very tail.
Yes.
Big old red rock. You recognize that as the gem you found underwater with Adelina in the submersible crab thing that she had.
Ah.
And you realize that once you take off, that it has given... I can actually... Yes, when you start to take off,
Ooh.
Reese, that gem begins to elicit a glow. This electricity shocks through it, and it floats through. It goes through all of the ship. You can even, once the electricity starts to flow, you can see glowing, almost like circuitry within the wood as these wires and electricity flows through it. As a large pressure sphere appears around the ship, so none of you have to deal with the wind in your face as you're flying through the air. It's a nice pressured cabin like an airplane.
Oh, thank God.
Yes, it also functions as submersible. It can go underwater.
I have
Very
like this
nice.
headcanon that, like, especially on the windy days, you don't even see Reese's face. It's just like windswept hair. You're just like, but it looks beautiful, and you're like, how?
But yeah, Con, with your role, you recognize that that's what this is. That gem is giving it's like a pressure sphere.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. So as you're flying, Tessariel's talking to probably Zavid and Reese, and saying, "Well, we're coming up on Fangwood Keep, is what I've learned. The fortress that was built atop my laboratory is called. It has since been fallen into ruin. It was many different forces in the area fought and over for centuries. Irrelevant at this point. But it just seems to have there are a group of goblins squatting in there. I did not want to risk going in alone and getting ambushed by them. I know that goblins are rather weak creatures, but we should still be on our toes. I did realize I was using my true seeing spell. Zavid, I learned this trick from you, thank you. And I recognize that there is a small hole in the outside wall. We should be able to sneak in that way, unless you want to walk in the front gate.
Oh, we can walk in the front gate and make a scene.
Yeah,
I look like my
gate's fine.
dad right now.
As you wish, Lord.
Exactly.
The front gate it is then, not a problem. You park the Windseeker about a mile away in the forest, in some little clearing, a little meadow, and Tessariel walks you there. Reese, you're able to help with maps because you're a good tracker. I'm just going to put you over on the western side of this map and share it with you. Finally here.
Boom.
Fangwood Keep.
Oh.
So you're kind of in the center. Do you see where you are?
Yep.
Zavid, I've given you Rottrop in case you want him. And Tessariel is with you as well. So are you sneaking or are you just kind of walking up hands on hips?
I'm walking up, like
Walking up.
The-
arms crossed, looking regal.
Do you speak Goblin? I'm imagining
Yes.
you do.
He does.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah.
It's frozen. I have to wait before I can do anything.
Oh yeah, I was just dropping some stuff on the map. Sorry, that one was me.
Plus,
And
I
can
have
make it
enough
visible.
things too that make me seem like I have more of a higher power to myself than I actually do. Even though I actually now do actually have a higher power.
You are.
Ooh.
You're basically a higher power.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Danny.
Is there These are really big. Are these goblins? They're like 10 by 10 feet.
They shouldn't be. I may have gotten the scale incorrect. They are no bigger than normal goblins. I will show you
Okay.
their image in a second. There are 8 goblins, each with backpacks that look like... Khan, you recognize them as rockets that are on their backs. And there's the main one. But there is one who sits next to a large wooden crate filled with rockets. He has a purple mohawk and goggles and
Can you
big
pull his
leather
arc up
outfit.
again?
Yeah.
Accidentally closed him out.
There you go. But there are 8 of the ones with rockets on their back, but there appears to be one larger one with a big old box of rockets that's sitting in front of him. Yes, Denny?
I feel like it needs theme music.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
music.
yeah, I should probably put on some not peaceful
So-
music.
Here, I
So-
sent you that one, Reese.
Yep, I got it.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to be playing. I'm use prestidigitation to play music that's going to emanate from Reese, and it's going to be that really cool band, ABCD.
I got you. All right, so Reese, you are looking like your father, the Goblin King. What do all of you do?
Are we just kicking ass and taking names, or do we
I guess
have
I
a
can
costume?
describe what you're seeing here, other than the goblins. Let's see, is that the one? No, it's A01. There we go. The land immediately around Fangwood Keep is predominantly low grass and bushes that slope up with the terrain's steady grade, and all foliage and obstructions appear to have been cleared from the hill long ago. Countless shallow pits have been dug into the dark river valley soil. More alarming, however, are the signs of recent combat all around. Dozens of corpses are littered throughout the courtyard, most human, but some of goblins as well, and all bear signs of an intense battle and burn marks. The human bodies have been stripped of their equipment, and if not for the broken swords and bows lying about, one might be inclined to think that the dead soldiers fought with the shovels and pickaxes leaning against the inside of the outer wall. That is what you see. There are dozens of bodies.
So we could assume that the goblins killed him.
You can assume that, yes. Some of them are wearing what is clearly human equipment, but most of them just have these rockets.
We'll follow your lead.
Yeah, so Reese is just going to casually just like stroll and walk and like basically have the entourage behind him. He knows how to do this shit.
Well, the chief goblin looks and says,
Halt! Who goes there? This is our place. Who do you think you are trespassing here? Who are you? That's shiny.
I've got a lot more where that came from.
Now, tell me why shouldn't me and my boys here just, blow you up where you stand, take all your stuff. That's a shiny little cloak you got there. Be a shame if something happened to it.
I mean, I can go and get you one yourself if you'd like. It's no issue.
I think that one might look a little better on me. What do you think, boys? Yeah, boss, yeah.
Yeah, boss. That one look better on you. Yeah, good one, boss.
Anyway, we need to access the keep. So I figured there would be other people. I've heard goblins come here, so give you some gems, give you some good stuff for your keep, and we can go explore our old remnants.
I want you to give me a diplomacy check. DC, let's just say 40. Not high, but doable, but not low. I don't think your diplomacy.
Can we aid?
Oh yeah. You guys are like.
Yeah,
his
please
entourage.
do.
How can we wait?
As you're saying, like, we'll pay you to allow us to through so we can just explore at our leisure. I want to like just walk up behind him and have everybody else, the fucking giant Ares and Arwen and stuff like that. So they see that like we have a whole crew, and it's like it's in your best interest to accept the money and leave us alone.
Yeah.
If you would rather intimidation, you could also use that. Diplomacy or intimidation.
They're either or.
Then
I'll do
roll with
diplomacy.
then roll with advantage. That'll be how they aid. Just roll twice, I mean.
Okay. Oh, fuck.
Ooh, you needed that advantage. Still not great. 26 is a critical failure, so...
Oh, hero
Basil.
point up. Hold on.
Alright, cool.
I have 3, so...
Just roll
If-
once, not a...
Can I say, if they start to look like a hostile, can I use an action or can I do something before
Yeah.
combat
Fuck me.
starts? Alright.
Still a crit, so what do? You can see
Well-
on his face. Well, let me at least say what he's gonna say.
Yeah,
then
yeah,
you
what
can
does
do
he
your thing.
say?
He looks to you and he says,
Here, no amount of gold you offer is more than what we could take or what Zathella has promised us. Get out of here before we steal everything you've got and wear that tiger as a coat.
I am going to cast a 3-action harm as a cone on all of them.
yes. Okay, let me... Here, I'll get you your target.
Oh.
Which one threatened to buy?
Basil.
A cat?
It's over on the right ring, the broken one up high.
Alright, you ready?
Yeah,
One-
go ahead.
As soon as he says that, I'm like, I try to be
Oh, they're
nice.
I think
but-
one got a nat 20, but for him it's still just a regular failure. This is how low level they are.
Yeah, I'm like, I try to be nice, but I don't think, you're gonna survive now.
So Zavid, what just happened? Every single one of them, it just basically exploded.
I, without a word, put my hand out, just very lazily, and just destroy the life force of every goblin in this cone. And I look at the other goblins and I say, "You don't seem to understand the situation you're in. I suggest the rest of you take this deal before I get angry."
This has just started.
I would also like to notch an arrow at Basil's head.
All right. The Blam boy that's on the left, the only one that's up top, immediately drops his rockets and puts his hand up.
I like the fact slam the
But Basil,
He's a tough guy.
he's a tough guy. He's gonna shoot
He's a
shot.
tough motherfudger.
I think the other goblin is going to be frozen in place, not knowing what to do. But Basil's gonna shoot a shot. He's got one shot at this. He's going to launch his rocket barrage, 1d4 mini rockets in a 30-foot cone. So how many does it get? 4. So plus 24. What is all of your? That's just you, Zavid. What is your reflex DC? Oh,
My
it's a 30-foot
DC?
cone?
It'd be 39, I think.
I guess that's going to be you and Reese. So Reese, what's your reflex DC?
32.
Your number plus 10. Okay. So, oh god, there's no way he can hit that.
Wait, you're at 32. It should be 42 for you because it's plus 10.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, yeah, 42.
Yeah, he rolled a 43. Holy shit. So, he does hit you. And Zavid, what is yours again? Your DC?
It was 39, so yeah.
Okay, so he hits
me.
both of you amazingly. 4d6 fire damage. 2, 3, 4. So can each of you please give yourselves 14 damage as he shoots a bunch, 4 rockets go screaming out of this box. And he's standing there with his little minion going, I got them.
Oh yeah, you got him, boss. Oh, good job, boss.
The smoke clears, and we're just
We're just standing there, like, I'm dusting the robe off, like, oh, that was cute.
I look at my sleeve, and it's got a little bit of singed tatters on them, like,
I'll prestidigitate it real quick and fix it.
you're going to have to pay for the damages you just caused. And then I'm gonna fly up in the air with a rot trot. We're just gonna rise up towards them.
I want to telekinetic projectile one of them into the other.
Oh, that's so funny. Oh my god.
The one that gave up that was right
Yeah, the
here,
one that
I'm gonna
gave
leave
up.
that guy alone. He gave up.
I will actually throw him over here and make sure he's friendly. So that's number 8. Number 8, okay.
Yeah, I want to telekinetically projectile one of his guys into him.
The other one into him. That's great.
Yep.
All right, so just roll the telekinetic projectile.
Yep. I did.
You have to roll it on one of them.
Let me... What's the fucker's name again?
Uh,
Basil.
Basil Boomlet Gritnose. He's just next to Zavid.
Okay, yep.
There it goes. Nat 2 is probably still gonna hit. Ah, it actually is a miss. However, the goblin you grab goes sailing over the wall, and he ducks out of the way.
Still funny. That's still
Smashes
funny.
yeah, it's still funny. And that one is actually dead. Number 7 smashes into the wall.
Fall
of the
damage.
keep. Yeah, he dies from fall damage, so that one splats and is just a greasy mark on the ground. Con, what do you do? Are you just watching?
No, there's a fight. She would want to get involved.
It's not even a fight. It's a
Mm-mm.
slaughter.
You'll notice I didn't have you roll
It's
initiative.
a lesson these guys are failing to learn.
You don't fucks with us.
Honestly, I think she's gonna try to what I want her to do is instant transmission, and kick this guy's legs out from under him.
That would be an athletics check versus his fortitude DC, which is 34.
Athletics
So,
check. Athletics check.
34.
I'm
There you
going
go. Because you're a master in athletics since you became the Ascendant Champion. Yeah, 35. That's enough. So you knock him prone. See, that's great. A nat 3.
We love to see it.
So he is prone at your feet as you kick his feet out from beneath him.
That
Yeah, I think she's not gonna do anything else this turn other than be like, I mean, is it making a bit more sense? The situation that you're in?
I think you should all roll an intimidation check together. Who has the highest intimidation? Let's see.
Not me.
Party sheet, skills.
I have a
Intimidate.
23.
25, Zavid or Danny.
Ooh.
So either one of
I
you
love that.
roll it at advantage.
I did go right up to this guy. Can I make it?
Yeah. If you roll it at advantage, intimidate. And you
Okay,
can have
here's the
guidance.
first one. Alright, nat 8
33.
versus a nat 11.
35, bang on. So, with seeing all but 2 of his minions obliterated in less than 6 seconds, he out of nowhere fell onto his back. He has no more rockets. You live through his barrage with nary a scratch. Basil says, I'll give up. Oh my lord, what are you?
We're just travelers. Just want to look at the ruins, tried to make you deal. And you wouldn't take it. So I'm afraid that the only one that's going to get any money is that smart goblin on the wall that gave up right away.
Reese
And,
just
he-
flicks
he will
him a
get the-
platinum.
Yeah, he'll get like a platinum piece they can hold on to, something
And
that's worth a lot.
He fucks off. That one blam boy, he's gone.
Good
He
boy.
learned today that running is sometimes the better option.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell this guy who fired off his rockets, I'm gonna give you a 20-second head start to run from us. And if I still see you from where I'm at, I am going to make sure that I never have to see you again. Do you understand? Your
They
time
look at-
starts now.
They look at each other, and they scramble, they trip, Con, you can even put your foot out and make him tumble over the side.
Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Which actually causes the other one to break his neck on the fall down.
Oh my god.
Basil runs off and out into the forest.
is
Gone.
there any chance before he leaves? Can I just throw an arrow at him to see if it
absolutely.
actually hits him?
Let me throw him back on the.
You just got your arrow notch. You're like,
Let's see. He just roll it in the chat. Your arrow. His AC is a 34.
oh man,
You hit it.
Uh,
Yeah.
that's so good. It's like, run away. I promise we won't attack you. All right, and he runs away. And you're like,
Goblet's cleared. You're out of initiative. What do you do?
it's has anyone
let me
seen
see.
Black Panther?
Yes.
Andy Serkis's villain character in that tells like a museum worker, "It's okay, you can run. We won't get you." And then as the guy's running, he just shoots him in the back.
Yeah.
That's what you just did.
It's exactly. And I talk about my cat.
All right. When Fangwood Keep was first built, a stout wooden gate hung here on the outer wall. This gate was destroyed by a Molthuni attack in 4689 AR, and because of the keep's declining importance in the ongoing struggle between the two nations, the government of Near Mathis never bothered to repair it. Now, broken hinges and rusty bolts are all that remain of the fortress's front gate.
Those fucking Malthunians, guys.
I
Don't
know,
trust
right?
them. Don't trust them. They'll just leave you in ruins after they're done with you.
Literally.
I literally don't think we've ever met a Malthunian in this game yet.
Not
So
once.
not one. So
This is
accuracy.
full
And if we
disclosure,
did, they didn't say that they were Malthunians. So how would we know?
Full disclosure, Fangwood Keep is an AP, so there's some lore stuff that is less important to our campaign. But this is a
Hey,
full-on AP.
important to me.
That's
I want to know it all. I love it.
So the do you open the door? It's not locked. It's broken.
Oh, I'm still on my Goblin playlist of songs. Hold on, I gotta get to a different
Yeah, let's
playlist.
go to let's
I'm listening to like really sassy swing big band music with lots of trumpets and horns. Now we're going into a cool like deserted keep.
Yes.
Okay, what kind of vibe is that? I go to settings, temples, dungeons, forgotten places. Here we go.
That sounds good.
Mm.
All right. So who opens the door?
I would
Can we
let
check?
what's her face do it. Because she deserves
Tasariel. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Fair. Or what, Danny? Do you want to search for something?
Just traps.
Sure. Perception checks. Publicly or in the tower. I don't care. DC of 38. Yeah, publicly is fine.
I feel like goblins trap everything, don't they?
That's a fair assumption.
Kobolds are more known
That
for that,
is-
but
Yeah.
goblins do make traps. Their traps are usually very simple though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't see anything. This looks just like kind of a broken door. If the worst thing is you might see, like, it might break off of its hinge and hit you in the head, but that isn't really a trap per se.
She'll let Tess do it.
I'll if you want, I can just open it from a top rod trot.
All right.
Yeah.
Kind of kick the door in, and you see a long hallway. Let's see here. Zavid, give me a perception check.
Ooh.
38.
I'm actually 30.
It's just a long hallway with a couple of like statues, but
It's just a long hallway with a couple of statues. I'm gonna go in first. I failed this check. It's only right that I go in first.
as you do so, let me. Oh shit! I'm sorry, I was.
So I'm not in this square. I'm on top of Ratra, like here.
I'm
kind of.
still prepared. I need a second.
I mean, actually, technically, I'm like right here, but that makes him on top of me. So I'm trying to.
One, and then two of them. Yes, great. Thank you for your patience.
Reese looks like himself now.
And here. Okay,
Suddenly
there we go.
poof.
There we go.
So Zavid, as you walk in here, you suddenly see two arrows shoot out of the wall towards you. Critical miss and a critical miss. So these arrows, you just move your head out of the way, or your shadow pushes your head out of the way.
I think one lodges itself into the barding of Rot-Trot, and I'm just like yank the arrow out. And I look, and I just want to see if it's like, does it seem like these are arrow slits in the walls, like there's goblins waiting?
Oh yeah, now that you've seen arrows, there's murder slits, and the ones specifically, I will just here and here.
Question. Harm is not blocked by walls, is it?
I don't
It's just
think so.
everything in that radius? Okay.
Yeah. So you're just gonna like, oh, I guess there's two more just in front of you, but I don't have them on the map.
Let's
but I
see.
can here in a second. There will be one
A
here. and
harm
one here
from-
in a second.
30 feet in every direction means if I were to go up a little bit. Okay, yeah, if I go another 10 feet up,
Yep.
which I will.
Yeah, the other ones are
Here, I think.
and then number 3 should be here. Yeah, there we
There
go.
you go. Okay, so
Oh, and visible.
if we do,
Visible,
there we go.
Visible. There they are.
Can you guys move back a little bit, Reese and
Oh,
just
and
Tess?
give me just another second there,
There.
Zavid. I forgot I have to do this too before you do anything else.
Sure, yeah. Hit me. It's Blackjack, hit me.
Okay, so are you doing the 30? You're gonna do the 30-foot bubble harm?
I'm gonna do a 30-foot bubble harm, yeah, but I'm
Okay,
gonna wait.
Don't do anything yet. Come on, there we go.
This is my dream. This is why I made a negative channeling cleric. It's just so I could do shit like this.
Now go ahead.
I say,
It'd be funny.
let this be a lesson to your souls in the afterlife. Do not raise your hand against a god. Then, gonna force everybody to. Oh my
God.
Oh my me.
Oh my, double damage.
Guess what? You're directly under a group
Oh.
of goblins.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
That's why I was like, "Oh my god, give me a second. Hold on," because I hadn't put them on the combat tracker yet. But there's goblins directly above you, and you just killed basically all of them.
And you just hear a bunch of shrieks of agony as a bunch of goblins die at once. And I turned to like my leg. I turned to you guys and I'm like, for little creatures that occupy ruins and set traps and stuff, I like goblins the least, I think. Kobolds have been way cooler, more useful. They learn. They can start their own religions. Goblins are just assholes.
Yeah, no, my favorite kind of goblins were the ones that my dad had, and those were just djinns, so I kind of have a bias. But I like their culture. Their culture is fantastic. Them as, interacting, hate them.
I'm gonna keep moving ahead. If people want to follow behind, they can. But
Oh,
if
yeah,
you want
I
to keep
can-
a 30-foot
I'll open up those rooms
distance
as
as
well.
I clear out this place with my arms, just like a fucking exterminator.
Let me get these side, because you can go in here now. Now that you're aware that it's like little murder holes, but that's all that's in there. 4 dead goblins.
There's a ladder going up to the next floor as well. But I don't want to bother with that floor yet. I want to go through this, here.
Okay. This circular central room contains 4 exits, one in each of the cardinal directions. 4 marble busts stand on pedestals, spaced evenly around the room, though their features appear to have been chiseled off. The door to the south is reinforced with steel bands, that's the one you just opened, while those to the east and west seem less sturdy. To the north, an open archway leads to a larger room with stairs climbing to the 2nd floor. I guess I can open that too, because it's open air.
Yeah.
Come on, over here. Yeah, there we go.
I got a little sliver of light. I didn't get the... Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Move forward. I'll get to here. I'm gonna hop off Rot Trot. And I'm going to... I don't have invisibility.
Reese and Con do.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you guys want to just go ahead and
Oh,
visibly
absolutely.
do what you
Also,
want?
You take the
Reese-
left, I'll take the right.
Before you do, Reese, just throw me a society check, DC 40. I mean, anyone can roll it, but I think Reese is the only one who can easily hit a 40. Oh, no. Okay.
Nope.
These are just statues with defaced faces.
I'll roll a society.
Yeah, anybody can try for a
I
DC 40.
actually have society. I could try that too.
Yo, 46.
Con, you recognize that the busts portrayed here are the great Nirmathi leaders of their war of independence against Multhun, including the country's founder, the legendary half-elven trapper Irgal Nirmath. Not super important, but it was included in the AP, so I wanted to share.
Yeah.
You know what I like better than math? Near math.
Nirmath.
Not far math though. Can't take far math.
Can't take it. Hate it. Let's see. There it is. Alright, so who wants to go first? Reese or Con, left or right?
Okay.
I'll go first.
Con to the left.
And when she goes invisible, she does the freaking animation that the Duchess does in Elden Ring Night Rain. That's her ultimate. I've been playing that game way too much.
I don't understand that reference. I mean, I know Elden
Cool.
Ring, but I don't know that specific reference. So the door is not locked, and I assume you're stealthing?
Yes.
Roll me a stealth check, please. There's not really a DC, so ignore it if it says pass, fail, or whatever.
Yeah, you got it, boss.
Noise.
44. All right. So you open the door, and oh, I guess I need to. Are they all visible? Yeah, there we go. So triple decker bunk. Oh, I guess you can see the whole room. Cool. Let me open the whole room then.
Triple decker
There.
bunker buster?
Triple decker bunker buster. Triple decker bunks line the walls of this small room. Each cot contains a small mattress and blanket, which, judging by the smell, haven't been washed in a few weeks.
Ew.
Small storage lockers lay strewn across the floor, their contents spilling everywhere. And you can see there are goblins wearing armor sleeping on the bunks, and there's one at the far end of the hallway in a chair, clearly on guard duty, but clearly sleeping during duty.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Then she's just gonna, like, you know, sneak around. She'll even, like, look into the kill holes, confident that, you know, no one's gonna see her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no one sees you. Everyone, they're snoring. Me, 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 me.
They must be strong sleepers if they slept through everything that just happened.
Give me a
Mhm.
perception check real quick, Con.
To be fair, the fighting didn't take very long.
No, it was instantly over.
But it was the booms. There were explosions
Yeah, true.
outside.
Ah,
I
okay.
think
Also,
they do
the
that shit all the
goblins
time, though.
Screaming. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Their eardrums are probably shot.
True. You do notice in the room to the right when you first came in, there's a goblin who seems to have significantly nicer gear, actually like wrought iron helmets, and a very long spear that looks pretty brutal. But again, asleep.
I'm
And
just
you get the
gonna
feeling
take
that
it.
their name might be Grotty Snubtooth, but you're not sure.
Yeah, you think they might be.
I look at their monogrammed pauldron.
Yeah.
Like back of the
Property of
underwear.
Grotti.
The only one who knows how to spell their name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Most educated.
All the other ones are nameless bonk boy.
But yeah, Connor's just gonna, like, steal his cool spear and his helmet. Why not?
Okay, give me a
I'm
thievery
doing
check.
rogue stuff. I'm stealthing. I'm stealing.
Let me see, where's it?
I like this. You
yeah.
know you could kill any of them in a second, but you're like, let's do a low-level adventure for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's steal from goblins because it's more interesting.
You only need to beat a 33 thievery to steal from him.
Oh,
I think your bonus is almost 33.
it's a 31.
Yeah,
All
so
I
you
need to
a
do
nat
is
2.
not get a 1 on the die.
Nat 2!
Oh my god.
See,
So what do? How do you... Because he almost wakes up. It's like the Davy Jones thing, where we have to like... Shh. So how does that happen? Because you almost wake him up.
I think that, like, she looks for something else. Because I assume he's asleep holding his spear. So
Yes,
she's gonna
like
kind
a
of-
baby,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, so she's looking for something of, like, at least similar width that she could, like, place in his arms that's similar to the spear immediately after she, like, takes it out.
There's a broom lying against one of the walls.
Oh, yeah.
That has
Oh, yeah,
clearly
yeah,
not
yeah.
seen any use because these goblins don't know what a broom is.
My spear turned very
yeah.
useless.
He almost wakes up. And he rolls over to the other side. But you manage to sneakily get the spear away and get that broom right in his hands, like Pippin with the Palantir. What do? He doesn't have a weapon now. I wasn't expecting that.
Also, you see his hair. He's got this long hair that's like well groomed, and he's got like a little set like of combs and stuff on like a table. Like, this is a weird goblin.
This is... You know what? If he has anything of sentimental value...
A comb
you-
that says "From my love," and you're like, "Yep."
Yep, yoink.
Yeah, you can
That
basically
just
clean him
suck.
out. It does suck to suck. Let's see. What is this? Yeah, you just completely obliterated this guy's combat utility.
Oh.
That's very
Oh.
funny.
Morg's gonna send it to you. By the way, I should use message. I should get message. You should put caltrops all around his bed so when he gets out of bed, he goes, "What's this?" And he hops out of bed. He steps on the caltrops. Okay, that's it.
You could put them in front of all of their beds.
Too easy, too easy. Con makes like a caltrop hand crank where she just like
Gatling gun.
A nice even spread. It's like
And then get some
an
ball
adventure to
bearings
make sure
for
that
them
they
to
don't all cluster up somewhere.
Yes, but
Yes,
they
and
also
ball
need ball
bearings.
bearings so they slip and fall.
So I'm gonna make a crafting check for this invention that she just makes. She she does like the Animal Crossing crafting animation at a table, and then she makes
I've never thought about combining the two.
Oh my
That's
god.
actually really
And ball
smart.
bearings.
evil.
It is evil.
I know.
So DC 40 crafting check. You can have aid because Zavid gave you the idea.
Nice. I'll put a +1 on that.
Yep. Or yeah, guidance I meant.
Crafting.
Some
Suddenly
Looney
the
Tunes
idea of
hijinks out
ball
here.
bearings pops in your head.
44. So what do you do? Perfect success.
Yeah. Yeah. It's exactly what it
another idea.
sounds like. It's like, huh?
I have another idea. Okay,
What is it?
some of them left their dynamite behind. So after the anchor of them stepping on the caltrips, go to the handle of the door on our side, replace the handle with a stick of dynamite that when he yanks the handle, the door doesn't open, but he takes the dynamite through and lights it. Can you do that?
What can't I disobey?
Okay, all right, bye.
Another crafting check.
Oh my god.
Yes. I'm gonna again 40. You only need a nat 6 with that +1.
Let's go.
It
Frozen.
got stuck
No,
on a
it's
2,
stuck
but I
on
know
a
it's not a
2.
2.
when it disappeared.
There it is. 50. Critical success. So
Oh,
Colin, what
okay.
does a critical look like in this moment?
Okay,
With
so
this
she's
Looney
just
Tune ass shit.
she's just made her caltrops hand crank. I really like the idea that it has a funnel on top for just little metal sticks, and then as she's turning the crank, it turns them into caltrops, and then they just shoot out the front like a wood chipper. So she goes and distributes the caltrops and the ball bearings, and then which door am I dynamite trapping?
The one on the right.
The outside door, so they all rush over to get to this, and when they go to open the door, the handle's just detached, and it's actually just connected to a stick of dynamite and a little thing to light the fuse. When he pulls it, it lights the fuse, and then he looks at the camera and goes, "Uh-oh," and then
Yeah, she creates a mechanism with she puts matchbox paper all over the locking mechanism, so that when it turns, it would light
Yes.
the match and the dynamite.
All right, wonderful. So you said
one
this-
last thing, I want to do something.
Please,
All right.
please.
Right over the door, if any of them survive, I think Snubtooth might. Just a brick. So he opens the door and a brick lands on his head. That's it, because his helmet's gone. So that's the
Oh,
last
God.
thing.
Okay, so
So
we're gonna,
good big
we're gonna
lump
pull
and a
this
bunch of
through
canaries
Goldberg
running
machine.
around.
First, just roll 2d8 con for the brick, because that's gonna be the first thing that happens as he opens the door. Or how do you wake them up? I guess is the question.
That's such a good
Because
question.
it's gonna be a whole. This is gonna be a whole thing.
It's gonna be a whole. Okay, my gosh. Because
You're gonna want to be on the other side of this door, Con.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
maybe.
I've got it.
Okay.
She just has a really long stick with a feather tied on the other end. She's gonna tickle his nose.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, it's you need a really long stick. So it's you're not even heavy enough. It's starting to tip you over. So I'll get the back end and anchor it so that we can feed it through.
Yeah,
And
and then
you,
he's just gonna kind of once she hears, because she has been hearing that isn't blown to shit by all the explosive backpacks that they have. She's just gonna yell on the other side of the door. Gee, we were so lucky to get past the other goblins. Good thing that there are certainly no other goblins to take all of our gold, all of our incredibly
Yeah, I brought my whole fortune with me. I'm really glad no other goblins can take all of our massive amounts of wealth.
You start hearing bunches of commotion from behind the door, and you may want to back up.
Uh-huh.
You suddenly begin to hear as they're clearly stumbling all over the caltrops, and then you hear the door begin to fumble. And Khan, look at your actions tab under your 3rd level spells. I have dropped Fireball there, and they are all your target. If you would be so kind as to force them to all roll a reflex save, please.
I love that, like, you hear, like, the Minecraft damage sounds. Oh, as they're touching these things.
And then, as the brick falls, so that'll be, I'm just going to do the brick damage, 2d8 of 12 damage as this brick hits Grotti in the head.
Okay, it's the save button, right?
Yep, the save button under 3rd level Fireball.
Yeah.
We are gonna
Grotti
get
is the only
copyright
one with the
stricken, but I
success.
Yep.
swear this
Still
is
half
worth
damage.
it.
So go ahead and roll damage on that. And every one of the goblin bonk boys is incinerated by their own dynamite. But yes, Snub Grotti is still alive on the other side of the door. You hear a lot of cursing and who did that? Where my spear? In Goblin. I believe you speak Goblin.
Yeah. What happens to the door? Is it blown off its hinges?
Oh yeah, it blows.
Disintegrate?
It blows backwards. It just slowly falls down as smoke begins to billow out of the room.
What if it
I'm gonna-
flies into the statue at the middle of the room with the
Yeah, it
backwards
can do that.
force?
It can do that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna laugh. I'm laughing. This is funny.
Oh, you're gonna love watching the playback, Eli.
I know. This is gonna
We might get copyright stricken, but I don't even care.
be great. Nice.
Yeah.
This goblin starts
His
like
hair's all
hobbling
like
out of the room.
up, like frizzed
It's
up,
like an old
covered in
cartoon.
soot.
So yeah, his nose is on the back. He has to pull it around like Daffy Duck. What is he looks to you all and says,
That last one was a doozy.
"What do you all do?"
I don't know. I'm impressed with Grotti. I'll look to Khan. Khan, this is your call. Do you want to give Grotti his stuff back, or make a deal, or just kill him?
And she looks at the pauldron. Rodney? Yeah? What's your name?
Snubtooth, yeah.
Snubtooth, yeah.
Third of my name.
You see, you might recognize this. It's yours. The spear too. I took it. You can have it back if you want to just go. I'll be honest, I did not expect you to survive an explosion and caltrops and a brick falling on your head. You seem like an incredibly strong goblin.
What are you doing with these loser goblins? You're like way stronger than they are.
Hunger never ceases. Whispers don't stop. Zathella tells us if we can dig deep enough, she can make the whispers stop. Just want them to stop.
Can I make a check for whatever Zathella is?
No, but you can make a religion check for the other part. Zathella,
Okay.
none of you have ever heard that name with no rolls.
Well,
No.
you know what?
I'm
No,
gonna give-
Oh, what's up?
I'm gonna give you a guidance on that one because the DC was 40.
Okay, yeah,
You're right there.
I always forget to say that I'm casting it, so thank you.
But you can have guidance on this one. You realize that only 2 types of people have this blank face and talk about a never-ending hunger. One of them is clerics of Cabriri and ghasts and people who follow Cabriri.
Yeah.
The other are followers of Rovagug. The devout.
He wants the whispers to stop, though. He's unwilling. It sounds like he doesn't
That's
know
right.
what's going on.
He doesn't know who's whispering to him.
I want to pull a little bit of rank. Can I do that? Can I
Yeah.
use our ability as a combined god to sever this connection to Rovagug?
You can try. That sounds fun.
Yeah, we all need
All
to
right.
hold hands.
That's
Yep.
right.
I'm gonna come down. I'll say, Grazi, how about we make a deal? I think I know what's going on with those whispers, and I think that we could remove the whispers from you and give you your life back. But in exchange, you will have to work for us.
Anything to make the whispers stop. I don't even like Satella.
Yeah, she sounds like an asshole. So we're better. We're a lot better. We work with lots of different creatures, kobolds, ogres, mummitors, all sorts
We
of
also
things.
have insurance.
We have insurance and dental.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. If
And you
we
can
don't,
think
we'll
you've got, like,
make
a
sure.
scar across it like Yamcha.
You know,
Yeah,
we
it-
can negotiate something for that.
Even with that, I'm moving him from hostile to none.
Okay. So I have him
Right
get into the
behind.
center of the
They're a
room.
really good sport about getting exploded, I gotta say.
You know, goblins die all the time. They kill each other off. I feel like death is sort of whatever for them. And this one just seems like he is still waking up. Like he's like, huh? So, yeah, I'd like to have us all get around and say, I'm going to tell all of you, like, I believe Rovagug has a connection to him that he's unaware of. I think we can sever that connection.
Let's do it.
I've never done it before, but we can most certainly try.
I think it's going to feel like a rope or something made of energy that we want to think about cutting
Like a
or
cord
think
cut.
about replacing, because we could have that connection to us instead. Either way, whatever, visualize it and really like focus on it.
Wait,
and
you want the connection to be taken from him to you?
to us together, so he'd be a follower of us. But we don't send weird whispers to our followers. We kind of just let them pray to us, so it's a lot
It's
better.
true.
Okay, that's what you meant.
That's if we can't just sever it entirely, because there's a possibility. I think Zavid believes that there's a possibility if you sever connection like that from a being like Rovagug, you just die. So you might need to like transfer it to another god to not die.
I think
that-
that is correct, and you would want to just transfer it.
Yeah, I think that's what I want to try. All right. So what do we do? How do we do this?
This is a brand new ritual we're inventing on the spot. So
Awesome.
you are a ritualist. You've got your secondary casters and the three of them. How would the three of you? How would you do this? You get into a circle around Garati.
I think, what is everyone's strongest like mental like skill? Like I think mine's religion, but there's also things like arcana, occult, and
I have
nature. Which was your strongest?
Danny's got a decent occult.
I've
Yeah.
got 24 for
My cult is 27.
Danny's nature is 30. Her religion is 2. Yeah, Danny's
Can you
best is
guys-
30.
Can you guys roll
think that's-
yours to do secondary caster checks to aid me in my primary check?
Did I use lore on death?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That
All
actually makes
good.
more sense. We should all
That
be
makes
using
way
lore
more
on
sense.
death.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
all
like-
of you use it.
So set a DC and half of us have to pass.
Okay, I was gonna set it to 38. So Con passed. One of the two, Reese or Danny, is gonna need to use a hero point. Reese, you just need an
Oh.
8.
How
Oh.
about? Oh, I'll use a hero point on mine. Hold on.
I'll use the hero point on mine.
Okay.
If you guys fail,
Oh
I'll
my
use
god.
mine.
Oh my.
Oh.
Oh my god. Hold on. I'll use my last hero point. Oh my
There
god.
we
Thank
go.
you.
Much better, much better.
Okay.
And let me just do that one more.
Well,
Okay.
do we all have
Nope,
to
nope,
pass
nope.
it or just half?
Okay, that's enough to have
Oh,
Yeah,
Nah,
you're
that's
good.
enough to have gotten Zavid up to a 50. Between all of you aiding.
Yep.
That 46 there, that was enough to get that to a 50. So, what do you do on your end, and I'll tell you what happens.
We're holding hands, and we start singing, "Kumbaya, Rovagug, Kumbaya." No, we kind of, the world goes white and then goes black, and all that you can see, all that can be seen is the four of us in a circle around this goblin. This goblin is like looking around and can't sense anything, but can feel the rumbles of the ancient being that wants to destroy the universe. And it feels like it's coming from directly below. It can't be seen, but can be felt. As the fear of these whispers, these crumblings of an ancient god start to like emanate forth, there is this white sort of, these flashes, almost like a shield that is being projected from us, that is stopping and quieting that noise. And the rope, which is more like a, it's like almost like a chain with how thick it is like it's connected to his chest, like directly going into his chest and like disappearing. And we each send out a tendril to that rope, and each tendril starts to unfray the rope and replace what it is until what was connected to Rovogo goes away, and his rope turns into one of 4 smaller tendrils that go to each of us. Like they come over and they weave into that rope.
And as Khan hands him back his spear, the rope begins to wrap around it and intertwine with it as it begins to glow white and black at the same time, as the first paladin of Lux Et Umbra is born.
Yo, that's cool.
Well, maybe
That's
Redeemer,
also-
champion of Lux Et Umbra.
Also,
Still
the
so
rope was made
cool.
out of copper, so when it wrapped around the thing, it became an electromagnet.
Yeah. Yes, but maybe not a paladin TM, but he's a
Yeah.
champion now.
Oh yeah.
What just happened? I don't hear them.
No,
Whispers.
but let me try something, and then I'm gonna try to reach out to his mind and whisper to him like, "Hello, testing, testing."
I hear you.
That was me. That was me just now.
What are all of you?
Long story. Suffice it to say, the being that was whispering to you is our enemy that we are trying to defeat. And since you are not aligned with him or with the Zathara lady, we figured you could use somebody else in their place. We couldn't just sever the connection entirely because you would die, so we had to replace ourselves. So we can talk to you, and you can also talk to us, like mentally you could try to reach out to us. We will not flood you with a bunch of weird bullshit like what he was doing, so you'll have
Thank
peace of mind unless we need you or something. That's like a sort of a call. We're calling you, you know.
Yeah. Be careful underground if you plan to take on Zathela. I will join you, and I'll tell you whatever you want to know.
Yeah, could you? So we had to kill a lot of the other goblins. We didn't want to. We tried to make a deal. That one outside, what was his name? I forgot his name.
Basil.
Basil. Yes, Basil.
Yeah, he would not negotiate with us at all. So a lot of them got killed, and we don't want to kill all of you. The what happened in there, we were assuming was going to happen if we had said if we were nice or not. Is that true?
More than likely. We've given orders to take out anyone who came in.
How about you help us by going in and maybe trying to negotiate with the rest of these goblins on our behalf? Unless I look to Reese, I'm like, Reese, you seemed really excited to go in there. Was there something you wanted to do? 'Cause I'll
No.
let you do. You take
No.
precedent. That was
Yeah,
your
you could
way.
do that, Reese. You were gonna take the East Room.
Yeah. I just wanted to see what was in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. But you can ask our name, Grotti.
Grady can describe it
Yeah.
for us, and then we have like a cool Mission Impossible visualization of what we're like, what's in there.
Yeah, there we go. Grotti will say,
In there is the kitchens. You're gonna find a bunch of bone boys, and I can share their. They each
I'm
got
sorry, boner boys.
Bone boys. They got the labels.
Boner boys.
They help with
That's
the cooking.
embarrassing.
But there's also a couple of elf slaves in there that we've got making most of the food. But the big one you need to worry about is let's see, Corporal Targ or Traug. Corporal Traug. Big goblin.
Alright.
Biggest goblin you've ever seen. Taller than you.
Looking at Reese.
All right, I would like to make a suggestion. Not a suggestion. One of your first tenant as our champion. One of our champions. Our first champion. You're the first champion. Congrats.
Ah, an honor.
Slavery is abhorrent, and anybody that is in bondage must be set free unless it is a lawful punishment for crimes they've committed.
His eyes flash blue, the blue of your blue, your lucky get blue, and he says, "You're right.
Bonds must be broken.
So
And now he has become a liberator. I have just chosen.
oh, cool.
You just chose. He was
Well,
the ritual made him a
sorry.
champion, and then that just shows he is a liberator now.
to pause, I didn't mean to necessarily put him on that track. Did we want him to be a different kind of champion? Does anyone have a better idea for him?
Because
No.
liberator, their whole thing is freeing slaves.
Yeah.
That seems
Does
pretty good to me.
anybody like slavery?
No.
Are you okay with that, or?
Liberators are chaotic good, so he would align with Danny.
All right.
Is Danny still chaotic good?
You are both. Oh yeah, that's right. You're neutral now because you've got the chaotic good of Shalin and the lawful evil of Zon-Kuthon. That's right. You're technically true neutral.
Yeah, but that does what that means for you. I think is you do both things. That means you'll do chaotic good things and lawful neutral things kind of equally, and that's what puts you at neutral.
Okay, I was just more curious.
You'll free slaves and then also torture your enemies in a dungeon, and never give them freedom.
Exactly.
That's great.
So
So yeah, what do you do with this information, Reese?
Reese hears that information and then goes absolutely to stealth mode as well.
Right. I will open this up. for you.
Hold
Roll
on, my
me-
music is really loud, so before
Sure. And then roll me
I
a
do anything,
stealth.
I'm gonna do it on OBS and
Sounds good.
make it not so blaring for me.
Perfect.
So Tralga is
There
a
we
troll.
go.
He's a
Right.
goblin. He's just imagine, you know how Andre the Giant was a human?
He's a
but he-
Shaquille O'Neal of
Yeah, he's a
goblins.
Shaquille O'Neal goblin, yes. But he is a goblin. He's not even a hobgoblin. He is a goblin, straight up.
Damn.
Yeah.
So-
he's just an Andre the
Freak-
Giant of
freak
goblin.
of nature is what he is,
Freak of
yeah.
nature goblin. He's actually, I think he's medium-sized even, yeah. He's a freak of nature goblin.
So what I'm gonna do is go
Mhm.
invisible,
Yes.
so then I will stroll my way in.
Okay, let me open it up for you. There you go.
Alright,
They're
perfect.
visible, correct?
Yep.
Okay. And yeah, you see a dry storage area with barrels and crates down to the south with two goblins in there. And then you see two goblins standing guard at a door. And then to the north is two goblins, what is obviously Traug, the humongous goblin, and then two elf slaves.
They look pretty happy with their situation. I don't think we need to free them, actually.
Yeah, they don't look great.
I'm
Let's-
zooming on
they-
their faces,
let's
and it's just like
just leave 'em.
sadness. Like, they seem fine.
Fine.
So I think what he's gonna do is go to this room and kind of sneak around and then go behind him and knock him out. Just
Let me
like,
get I want a stealth check from you first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
let me get that.
Let's see. Looking for okay. Great.
So
Yeah, I'll tell you straight up, that's a critical success on all of them. None
Yeah.
of them know you're there.
okay, so I go in, sneak, knock the one out, then go in, sneak to the other one. Before he could even react to that guy, I pretty much like sidestep, go, and then make my way across the hall, and kind of like rinse and repeat for all of them till they're all like just like knocked out. He's not gonna
Yeah.
kill them.
None of them see you. So number
Yep,
one as
so-
well.
Just imagine one of the goblins just goes, and then falls to the ground. And the other guy's like,
Why'd you do that?
Wait, what
Bump
was?
in the wind.
You
That's- Man, is he playing that again? That's so funny. Yeah. Slick over here. Boom, boom. And then sneaks out, manages to get the ones out here, and then continues the mission on to see if there's any others, which there will be in the other room.
Mm-hmm. That door is locked.
That door is locked. Okay, so he drops the invisibility, and he looks like a human. Not human. He looks like an elf to these elves. He just goes, "So, fuck those guys. You're free."
What? You're an intruder.
And without thinking, Traug will swing his giant hammer at you. So give me just a moment.
If this is a
Wait,
miss, I want you should block it with your hand. I don't
Actually,
think you were able to
I'm
take him
gonna
out.
take my shield out.
It is a miss. What do you do with your shield?
Yeah, I have throw my shield up and then just bash it into his skull.
That's
You, like,
great.
You don't even look at him. He just
Yeah.
goes, "Ugh," and you're just like, bam, and then like,
boom. Yep.
just tap him on the forehead with the
Are you
back
trying
of
to
your
knock
fist.
him out?
Yeah,
or
pretty much.
what-
Knock him out.
Yep. All right. So give me, let's say, an athletics check against his fort DC of 37. Jeez, you're gonna nail that. Another nat 19 for a 50. You describe what happens here. I'm just gonna give it to you.
As soon as like Shane said, he's not even looking, and all you hear is shh, and then he goes, and you just hear him like splat to the ground because he's just so thick, and then he looks back at them, looks over him. Anyway, as I was saying, you guys are free to go. Just fuck these guys. Do you know anything about that locked door though?
It whispers. It's evil. And I have a picture of them. They both look like this.
Oh, they're hearing the whispers too?
Oh,
Looks like we're gonna have to get a few new champions.
Yep.
These ones don't seem mutated, but they have been hearing whispers. We've only been here a week. They took over the fortress, slaughtered everyone, just kept a couple of us as slaves. We haven't been able to escape. Thank you so much.
Come here to the other room, and I have a friend that will fix those whispers.
Yeah, of course. Anything. Thank you, saviors. Savior, now run out.
And he goes over
What are
to
your
Khan
names?
and just goes, "There's a locked door. I need you."
You got it.
My name is Palam, and this is my sister Porom.
Are you fraternal twins? You look
Yeah,
very
yeah.
similar.
Yes.
And then I'm gonna explain to them the situation. Where there's some big stuff going on, but we are very powerful and that they're safe. The whispers they're hearing, do they hear it while they're awake or just when they're dreaming? Or like, basically, I want to know if this is Rovaguk has made a connection with them, or if it is just the proximity has done this to them.
It's constant. It started when Lieutenant Voss first brought us here, but it's worse when we sleep.
All right. I might have to use a spell. Is there a spell that could give me advantage on a religion check or something like that?
You could just burn a spell slot and I'll give you advantage, or a hero
Okay.
point, I guess.
I'm out of hero points.
Okay, yeah, you could just burn a spell slot. and,
Wait,
like,
don't I have
let's say-
a refocus or a focus spell that does something like
Oh
that?
yeah, Lucky Git. That's right. You have a focus
Lucky
spell.
Get. I'm gonna use Wog Lucky Get, the blue.
Yeah.
And I think now that we've done it once, we still need the other two. I'll wait for Khan to finish up with Reese, and then we'll cleanse these guys.
Oh yeah. So you need to unlock this door. DC of 40 thievery from either of you. I assume Khan's gonna do
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll
I did a
assist
9 or better.
just for fun.
it. 9 or better. Perfect.
Hey!
So come on. This is a tricky lock. It's been a while since you found a lock this tough, but you managed to get it.
Yeah, she's got, her tumblers out. She's just like,
Oh, I already opened it up. So yeah, you can walk through now.
yeah, she'll
And just for shits, give me a stealth check.
You got it.
That Reese is already invisible still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they don't see you. One of them's sleeping, the other one's looking around absentmindedly, picking his nose. And you can see in this room, let me see. The
I love
flagstone-
that imagery of one's just digging for gold in his giant
Digging.
nose. He's just like looking at it. Like he's like really focused on that. So he
Yeah,
doesn't see you.
focus on it. That's all he's looking at. The flagstone tiles of this room have all been pulled up and lie stacked against the walls. The room has been completely excavated, and picks and shovels still lie scattered about. The digging has unearthed an old circular staircase made of a lighter stone than the rest of the keep. The staircase begins at the bottom of a 7-foot deep pit, accessed by a short ladder, and leads down into darkness.
Okay.
So I think Reese is just gonna knock the guy out and then just like go back to the other room. Khan can do
Judo
whatever he
chop?
wants. Yeah. he go, "Boop."
Do you and Khan synchronize judo chops to get them both at the same time?
absolutely.
Or do you do something else, Con?
No, the synchronized judo chop is really good.
You guys are on other sides. You look at each other and you're like,
Judo chop!
Yeah. Yeah,
And they
pretty much.
immediately pass out. They are out cold. I know there are blood stains on the map, but that's just I just wanted to get them off the combat tracker.
I also love the idea that one of you doesn't get it quite right and they're like, ah! And you're like, ah! Just chopping them down to the ground like, shit, go to
Kinda
sleep,
like
go to sleep.
Fabulous.
Goblins are fun. All right.
They're great. What do you do from here?
We're gonna cleanse these two. What were their names? Can you write them down somewhere?
Halam
So
and Horam. Yeah, I will put them in Discord. So what do you do from here while I write that down? Of course,
I'm gonna
it's slow
use
for me.
like to use Wog's Lucky Get on a cleansing ritual for the both of them.
Great.
Since they both came together, and I think that they're sort of connected in that sense.
Mhm.
They're twins. I'm superstitious about that shit.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna, when we do this ritual, do the same thing we did for him, but we're doing two at once, so it might be a little bit, just like a tiny bit harder. So that's why I also want to use Lucky Get to make sure I have advantage
Sure,
on
yeah.
this.
I'm just gonna say you're gonna want a 45, and you can have a +3 at advantage, just to speed it along a little.
Okay. Yeah.
Since you've already done it once, everyone else kind of knows how this ritual works. You're kind of working out the kinks, getting the ritual down for cleansing the touch of Rovagug and replacing that tether with that of Lux Et Umbra.
And this is at advantage, so we'll try that again.
Yep, advantage. You need a nat 10, I guess. Ooh, interesting.
Can anyone give me a hero point?
Yeah.
At my last
I can.
one. If
Yeah.
Okay, Reese-burnt one. Okay, again, you need a natural 10.
There we go.
There it is.
Yay!
Yeah, 51. That is more than enough. So you're able to get this tether to intertwine with theirs, and it snaps that of Rovagug's, and the whispers are gone. Yes, they're powerful, are they not? And they look at Grotti, and they're very confused. Like,
Don't worry about them. Grotti was also unwillingly hearing those whispers, as most of these goblins are. Grotti is our champion, and now that you have a connection to the four of us, you're connected to us. Would you like some work?
of course. Thank you.
Where are you from? Is your family? You said everyone else was killed. Does that mean your family was killed?
We were originally from Konin, but we had been raised by well, our families were killed, yes, and we had been raised in near Mathis, and we had joined the Molthuni, not the Molthuni, the Neomathan armies, and we'd been sent here to clear out the fort, but the goblins overran us. We
All right.
we slung as many spells as we could, but we were overrun.
How loyal are you to near Mathis? Is it worth
It is
staying in with them?
no, it is not much to us. We've moved around most of our lives.
So Keonan's in a war. They're not. It wouldn't even be better there. We are currently located. Are we in Andoran or where are we? Five King Mountains. We're
God.
like right.
You're
near-
way northwest of the Five Kings. You're
Are we-
you're near
we're in
Belkson,
Druma?
actually. You're close to Belkson.
We're sort of in a border region. It's kind of like between Belkson and Thruma and the Five King Mountains. Sort of, just a sort of like neutral area.
You're close to
Um,
Fogden.
Bogdan. Yeah. It's not that far from here. we could use some people who can just like be groundskeepers, and if you have military experience, you could also do guard work. I mean, we can figure it out later, but it's a pretty nice area. There's a town called Etrin's Folly that's very, very nice. It's got a economy that's starting to grow. You could make a good life there. There's also some other elves there that you might be able to connect with if that's of interest to you.
Sounds lovely. Anything to get away from this place and get this off our necks. You can see they have these like metal clasps around their neck that had their chains attached. Khan can easily, and without a roll, get that unlocked.
Khan can tap them, and they just fall off.
Like she just looks at them and they fall off. They're goblin make. They're not good.
No.
But where do you go from here? You have freed Palam and Poram, the sorcerer twins.
I'm going to command Grotti to protect them.
I'm on it.
You were charged as a guard of this fortress and as a jailer, but now you are their protector, and they are your brother and sister in arms. And same goes for you too. He is your ally from now on.
Of course. Thank you, Grotti. Yeah, I got you. Nothing's getting past this spear.
I also want to ask Danny if she can let Ares and Arwen know to guard these three since they're new.
And she'll just send a message to Ares and Arwen.
Oh, they'll have a little entourage. Oh, that's so cute.
Pay attention.
Yeah. We have a lot of NPCs that we're friends with that you're going to get along with just fine. Big party. I'd like to go upstairs first, because you said upstairs is fun.
Yes, but I want everyone to give me one perception check, publicly DC 40.
Okay. Perception. There you are.
Recent thing shit.
Danny, I think, is the only one that made it. Yeah.
Danny, as you're walking into the room that Zavid is in, you notice something. On
What
the
does
wall,
my elfin eye see?
on the wall, just behind Ares, and I'm going to move him, you see behind that statue a tiny seam in the stone of the wall. Like a slit, as though someone sliced it with a razor blade from ceiling to floor. And I'll circle where I'm talking about.
She's gonna walk
Right
up to
there.
it. Looks like it's like a secret passage?
Yes.
What's
She's
everyone
like,
waiting
"Oh,
for? There's no
what?"
more areas to explore down on this level.
Found something. Hold on. And then
Say what?
I read this in a detective book, and then or a murder
Yeah.
mystery. Might have been one. So she is going to keep pulling little bricks or poking bricks or trying to find out how to open the secret passage.
Eventually you pull the statue's weapon and its arm is articulated, and it does in fact open the I'm just going to open the whole thing. There's a hidden hallway behind this that wraps around the entire base of the fortress. It is between the walls. You never would have you can't notice it from the inside or the outside. The difference in thickness is only about a couple of feet, so it's nearly imperceptible. But sitting within, bloodied on the ground, is a human man wearing metal plate armor. But again, he's bloody, beaten, and cut.
Oh, can we heal him?
Absolutely.
I'll do some lay on hands.
But also, he'd be great to torture, wouldn't he, Zankuthanite? Sorry.
Okay, there we go. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank you. Who are
Who are you? Who are you?
Oh, my name is Corporal Bellring, Acre Bellring. We were sent here to clear the goblins. They clearly did a number on me, and I knew about the hidden escape hatches in the walls. I tried to escape, but I had lost a lot of blood, Must have passed out.
Blood. Sounds delicious. Well, don't worry about the goblins. Our friends over there. And she points to Zavid and Reese and Khan. Take care of that situation. Are you hearing weird noises in your head?
Yes. Since I came into this place for the first time, all of us were hearing whispers in sleep.
Where's the rest of your party?
Slaughtered. Dead. The last I saw, they were piling them up high out front.
Oh, that explains it.
Well, don't worry about it. Why don't you come stay in the center hall with the rest of us? We'll get you patched up. And, we can take care of those whispers, but maybe a little later. Can you hold out for a day?
I think so. I haven't been here that long. The ones who were stationed here the last 6 months were barely sane.
All right, I like nod and just and say, oh, by the way, these two are what did you say the name was?
Palam and Poram.
Palam and Poram. Pal and Por for short, because that's going to be easier for me to remember. And also we've got Grotty Snubtooth, who's defected from the goblins and joined us, so they are an ally.
All right, thank you for the heads up.
I turn around and see
it for a minute.
Yeah, I turn around and I see this serpent thing. I'm like, whoa!
Yeah, you rolled high enough on your perception check for the serpent, but not for the secret hallway. So anyone who rolled a 36 or higher on their perception check, which is Zavid, Khan, not Reese.
No.
You see there's a giant serpent coiled around a suit of armor in the next room. And there are a suit of ceremonial full-plate armor stands at attention near the landing of 2 stone staircases that lead upward. Beneath the staircases, there's 2 small alcoves that must have once served as an armory, judging by the empty weapon racks and shelves they hold.
Is the serpent
can I make
real?
Roll nature
Or
check.
alive?
Yeah, I
It
want
looks
to
alive.
know more about this thing. Nature, shit.
Yeah, nature. Cool, that was almost a 5. Yeah, you got it, Danny. This is a goblin snake, and I can share
Goblin snake? What?
a goblin snake.
Oh
Sort
my
of like a
God.
goblin dog. It's similar to a goblin dog, but Danny, you know that
Amazing.
they are like intelligent creatures. They can be spoken to and reasoned with. But you're a beast speaker, so you already speak animal.
Exactly. I'm going to speak to it. This is some Harry Potter shit gonna happen. So she's gonna start speaking to it in snake tongue.
Parcel tongue, yeah.
And oh my god, it's so cute.
It's like 12 feet long.
I love it.
That's fine. You see how big Aries is?
True. I'm just letting you know it's ginormo.
Of course, what is Danny other than going? Hey there, little guy. What you hiding from or protecting?
Don't like the words. Don't like the pigs they give me. The pigs taste like shadow whispers.
What kind of pigs? Like pigs? Like the oink kind of pig?
Yes. Tastes like shadows. False whispers from the depths.
We could fix that. I can supply you with rabbits that are fresh.
Brace of conies.
If you would like to join us.
Can you make the whispers stop?
We can
Make the
most certainly
pigs stop taste like shadows.
we most certainly can absolutely try.
I want you to roll diplomacy at advantage. You can have guidance from Zavid, I guess. So +1.
Yeah.
Roll them twice, +1. DC
What
of
is
40.
Diplomacy?
Diplomacy. Okay. You need, I guess, a 15.
Ugh.
Ooh,
I'm...
doable 5.
This session, we're not rolling too hot, I know.
Not
that.
hot, not
No.
too hot.
But that's
so-
a good thing. I'm gonna take a hero point.
Okay. You know,
I
40
know
is
it's-
kind of high. Let's put it at 37. 40 is like a level 19 DC.
There you go.
There you go. 39 for the DC of 37. I'll take that. So it looks to you, but it's hesitant. And it finally says, "Make pigs stop tasting like shadowy whispers. I will join you. Be wary of the leafy thorned one.
Who's
She
the leafy
controls the whisper. Think they call her Zathella.
What's that?
Thorned one named Zathella. Leafy thorned one. Sounds like we met Leshies before. Could be a Leshie. Could also be some fae, some nature fae, like a dryad or something, or a nymph.
Yeah.
I wonder.
No, she's going to see if he'll just let her pick him up.
And it'll, well, it's too big for you to like hold, but it can kind of
Never say never.
gum up to you, and it will like take a rabbit from your hand or something like that. My name is Asiri.
Yes. She's already thought of 14 different names. That sounds
Oh,
amazing.
this thing is canon to Pathfinder. This guy is literally in the AP, named Asiri. Or girl? Guy?
Arwen was also in an AP.
She. Asiri is a she. And that's
It
true.
makes
Arwen was
sense.
as well.
Aries, Asiri, AAA, triple
Yeah,
A. You need
that
another A in your
Yeah.
crew, so this makes sense.
And I didn't plan that. Again, this is as written in the adventure. So, I'm just going to tell you above table, there's nothing left on this floor if you want to go upstairs.
Yeah, let's go up.
She will give
Alright.
all this information over to the group as well. And
Does,
the snake's following us.
Yeah.
Does Asiri speak any languages that we might know?
Great question.
I know Goblin probably works, but
Okay, I've opened up a part of the floor for you. So you can move yourselves down there. Asiri speaks nothing listed, so I'm going to say Common and Goblin, just to make
Alright.
things easier.
if they speak Common, I'll just say welcome to the club.
Thank you.
Come
They
up
will
here.
stay down here with like Rot Trot and Pelham and Poram and all them.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm just going to grab everyone else and simultaneously...
Can I close the map?
No, you're on the same floor. It's just to the south.
Oh.
Such a cute danger noodle.
Okay.
Over to here was Avita's. There you go. Now you can move yourselves.
That's good to me.
All right. So going up the stairs, low bookshelves line the northern wall of this library. 2 freestanding bookshelves fill the center of the room, but nearly all of the books have been taken off the shelves and are strewn haphazardly over the floor, along with dozens of pages of notes. In the southern part of the room, a double staircase leads down to the first floor, while double doors allow exit to the south.
Is there a new map we should be seeing?
It's just to the south of where you were before. Do you need me to reshare the map?
No, the
It's not-
Fangwood Keep map?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's just the Fangwood Keep map. It's just southern. There's a section south of where you were at.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah. So yeah, there's books everywhere. What do you do?
I'll flip through the books.
Yeah.
Perception checks. Alright. You do find anyone who takes the time to sift through the tomes on the shelves and lying on the floor in this room may eventually discover a particularly compelling and unusual volume titled Masters of the First. This brief exposition, purchased by one of the Keep's more scholarly commanders from the Druids of Acorn's Rest, describes the realm known as the First World and the powerful beings who supposedly rule that plane. It is one of 3 known copies left in the Inner Sea region, making it quite a valuable find. A book collector interested in that topic would likely price the volume at 5,000 gold, though finding such a knowledgeable bibliophile might be a difficult task indeed.
Well,
I think we should add that to our own archives
Yep.
because that's awesome.
Uh-huh.
yep, I love
So
that.
you found an extremely rare tome, of which 3 exist.
Hell
we're gonna
yeah.
need to make ourselves another copy of this for sure.
But that is about the only thing you're going to find in that room.
She'll take it from Zavine and just be like, I'll just copy and paste it to a new book.
That's awesome. I think we should just clear out this top floor, make sure there's no more surprises.
Yep.
So there is a double door there, but it is not locked because they pretty much assume at this point that if you're up on the 2nd floor, they don't need to lock you out. So, in
Oops.
here, this octagonal room has a large stone pillar running through it and contains 4 sets of double doors that lead to the other parts of the 2nd floor, but it is otherwise empty. And give me perception checks, actually, as well. 36 is the DC.
Okay.
Okay. Well, at least Reese notices it immediately. Yeah. So, Reese, as you walk into this room and you look to your left, and you see that this is clearly another hidden wall right here, right next to you.
Ooh, he goes and
There's a wall sconce, like a
Ooh.
torch.
Hold on
He
before you
pulls
say
the
anything, Reese.
torch.
This thing here, this pillar, it doesn't connect. There's no pillar downstairs. This must be some sort of secret. Why would there be a pillar on this floor but not the floor beneath? It's not a structure supporting pillar. There's something about this pillar, and I'm like completely focused on the wrong thing.
yeah, yeah. And Reese just goes and he saw what Danny did, and he's just like, well, and he goes and pulls the lever.
I have my ear to the pillar. I'm like, I hear something, and I'm like looking away from you. Something's changing.
It opens not only that, but also over on the other side here.
Hacker.
These 2 small rooms are packed floor to ceiling with racks and shelves filled with a wide assortment of weapons. Like the secret passage in the walls below and the nearby secret armories, whoops, I shouldn't have said that. Whoops! These lockers were designed to supply besieged soldiers hiding in the garrison in case enemies managed to break through the keep's defenses.
Well, we did see that there was like a bunch of secret like walkways and stuff around from the area.
The left-hand side has a bunch of primarily one-handed melee weapons, including longswords, heavy maces, daggers, and the eastern room contains 2-handed and ranged weapons like halberds, battle axes, and light and heavy crossbows, with bolts, arrows, and yeah.
Anything that looks useful, he makes note of and grabs, and then just goes back.
It's all pretty much mundane items, so nothing like magical, but like Palam and Porom could easily get armed up in here.
Yeah, okay. He'll make note, and then when they meet back up, let them know that there's weaponry upstairs.
Okay. And you also notice, Reese, that there are 4 wall sconces in that octagonal room.
I like looked over and I'm like, I think there's see, like the walls have opened up and you found all these weapons. I was like, shit.
These sconces, though, what kind of check can I make on them? Like an investigation type?
Well, it's
or...
the same thing. Like you can pull them and it opens up 2 new rooms.
Oh, okay,
I
yeah.
rush over to one. I'm like, I want to get a secret passage.
Yeah, like that there.
Ooh.
As you pull it, it opens up 2 of them. Designed in a manner similar to the nearby secret weapons locker, these armories serve as backup supply for defending forces. They are both filled with various types of armor and defensive gear. The
Cool.
western room contains heavy armor and shields, while the eastern room holds light and medium armor. In addition to the secret doors leading to the southern rampart, oh yeah, there's secret doors in here that lead down into that little hallway where the goblin shot Zavid with arrows. There are inconspicuous trapdoors, yeah, that lead below. So that's what you find in there is armor, in addition to the weapons you found.
Cool. What about the rooms to the left and the right?
Which one do you want to go first?
Well, let's
Should we
have...
roll?
Sure.
Yeah.
Roll a d4, Reese. 1 and 2 go left. 3 and 4 go right. 2 it is left. All right. So let me look at this really fast. What is this? Oh yeah, this one's cool. Okay. Drop that in here. Come on, Fantasy Grounds. Do the thing.
Danny, I have an idea. Danny, psst. When they open the...
Yes.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, you were muted. When they open the door, you give them a little push and close it back.
He gives them like a side eye and like,
They'll be
nods.
fine. It's just a goblin fortress. They'll be all right.
She nods. She doesn't say anything because she doesn't want to give it away. But totally down for that.
The door is not locked, so Reese and Con, what do you do?
Go inside.
Yeah.
Is this where you push them in?
Oh, if they're walking in, we just close the doors behind them.
Okay.
This large private chamber is vaguely partitioned by beams that span the ceiling east to west. The northern half of the room contains a double bed and easy chair, while a large wardrobe and table with chairs occupy the south. An enormous wool carpet lies in the center of the room. 2 sets of double doors allow egress from the quarters, one to the west, decorated with carvings of oak leaves and acorns, and a much plainer one to the east that you just opened. You notice sleeping on every chair and surface within the room are bloated, fat, bulbous goblins, and one just to your right who is warty, covered in growths, with a long nose and a staff leaned up against the bookshelf next to her, and she appears to be writing in some kind of tome.
Oh.
God, these guys look like they came out of a children's book.
Mm-hmm.
They probably did. That one took a while for me to find.
When Khan and Reese pass the threshold of the door, I close the door. I'm like,
You hear the little scratch noises from Khan's claws.
Bastards.
that makes me feel immediately bad. Like, oh shit. I open, a fucking knife stabs me in the ribs. Oh, yeah, you're right. I deserve that. Ow.
Yep.
That might be... Gosh, us being so high level and having so many hit points opens the door to so many new comic bits.
Seriously.
Yeah, it does.
I love it.
Such as, Khan getting to stab people when she's annoyed, and they'll be fine.
only the other high level
That
people
goes-
though.
only the
Because
other
if it's
people.
anyone else, they immediately die.
They just all explode. So what do you do, Khan? You're in, and Reese, you're in this room, the door closed behind you. All of these fat, bloated goblins and this warty, growth-filled goblin. Roll me both of your stealth checks, and let me see what your DC is.
Yeah, because if I succeed, Khan wants to, sneak over and, look over her shoulder to see what she's doing.
The DC was 42, so both of you nailed it. Reese, you critically succeeded.
Hell yeah.
So, sorry, what did you say you were doing, Khan?
Oh, she wants to creep up behind this goblin and just, look over her shoulder to see what she's doing.
And Reese will sneak up literally alongside and be like, oh shit, this time.
You can see her writing notes. She appears to be writing down a description of whispers that she's had in her dreams. They say things like, eat the flesh, gnaw, tear, consume, devour. They don't really make sense. Mostly just adjectives.
Sounds like a Monday, am I right?
Yeah.
Sounds like she's really hungry. She just needs a good breakfast.
Throw her a Snickers.
You're not you when you're hungry.
After being told about the things that the whispers were saying from everybody else, Reese just pipes up and goes, so you want those to stop?
What? Who are you? What?
And she reaches for her staff.
No.
Khan is keep away with it,
No. We can
Are you
make
guys
those.
invisible?
We can make those whispers
It
go
hadn't occurred-
away.
You can make the whispers go away.
Yes.
She slowly draws back her hand.
Who are you?
Your help. and we know that many of you are troubled with those whispers. We do not want to harm you. So, if you'd like, we can show you a way and have many others here that are also seeking the whispers to stop.
Zathella says that we can destroy the whispers. Use them. Wield them. What do you know of the whispers?
I know they're your constant thoughts. Everything in your head, and they do not silence. It helped. You haven't slept right since they've entered.
Never sleep.
Eating doesn't even taste good.
It tends to act in
Never satisfied. Ooh.
So,
We drink our fill and never feel nothing. The warmth of a woman feels for not. I wish I knew the monologue.
I don't remember, but he was just really fascinated with having a bite of an apple. That's all he wanted, was just to bite into an apple. A nice, ripe, juicy apple.
but he looks over and goes, "Are the others having issues as well?"
Belly boy, or the burst belly boys. They tell me their dreams when they wake. They interpret them for the Zathella. They sleep most of the day. And containing this much caustic brew, it's tiring.
Then let's let them sleep and you come with us.
Very well. I suppose if you'd wanted my head, you could have taken it.
I'm not
I'm
interested.
I opened the south door just to see what's over there.
Which door? Oh, the south
To
door.
the south. Because I kind of know. I know what to expect, but it's like, what's in here?
No problem. You see,
Oh, shit.
Oh,
open to the sky, this rampart looks out across not only the keep's main gate, but also the river valley below and dark forest beyond. A large iron cell, 10 feet by 20 feet, has been installed in the center of the rampart's tile near a large cauldron placed over a fire pit. Within the locked jail is a brown-haired human man wearing torn red and gold clothing. And at the far end of the room is a goblin looking out into the distance, a bow in their is I guess now a goblin unconscious on the ground because of Zapid's harm, and you see 8 other goblins dead, collapsed into a pile. Because this is directly
Whoops.
above where you did that.
Yeah, I'm like, ugh. Well,
can't change that.
I'm looking for a key to open this guy's cell.
I think the main one down there has a key. Let me There he is. And yeah, you do see that there is a goblin on the ground. This one's unconscious, not dead, but he is an archer, and his bow is on the ground next to him.
He's breathing, so I'm just gonna grab him. First, I'm gonna look for a key. Does he have a key?
Oh yeah, it's in his pocket.
I'm gonna take the key. I'm gonna grab him by like the quiver that's like strapped around him and drag him with me.
Hey, no problem.
Yeah, I know that won't kill him. I'm just gonna move him with me. I'll be like, we're taking the strongest of these goblins and cleansing them of the whispers of this place so that the madness goes away. This guy I'm taking with me. And
This is madness. Thank you.
we can help cleanse that, but it takes a lot of effort, and we dare not fail, so it's going to take some preparation. But I'm going to mention Alec, the other guy.
Acri, I think.
Acri. Acri's downstairs along with 2 of the elves, the twins.
Goodness, I'm so glad they're all alive. Thank you. My name is Lieutenant Pavo Voss. We were sent out here to cleanse this, to hold this fort, and there were too many of them.
There's something bigger going on that the Nearmathian military can't handle. Once we clear this out, we'll go into the basement. We'll figure this situation out. You can once you are healed up, have eaten something, and we've cleansed those whispers, you can go back to your superiors and report to them afterwards.
I appreciate that so much. Yes, you're all heroes this day. Thank you, but I must rest. Yeah.
Think nothing of it.
And he'll make his way downstairs with the others. I believe there's just one room left, correct?
Yep.
Yep.
Great. Who wants to open this one and see what's up there?
Let Danny,
Danny
do
wants
it.
to.
Yeah.
Danny
Yeah.
does, okay.
we're telling you, Danny wants to go in there.
We've decided.
Okay.
Alright, second, I'm doing something on the fantasy grounds. There we go. Okay, make visible. Where are you at?
I'm somewhere.
You're what? I guess I never put these on the actual. I never told them where to go on the map. Jeez. We're just gonna do 2 of them. How about? Okay. So you open. Do you like knock? Do you listen to the door? What do you do here?
Let's say she puts her ear to the door and listens and see what does she hear.
Do a perception check.
Absolutely. Ooh, let's try to get some light in here.
Oh.
Let us do perception.
Oh yeah,
This
you
would've
hear
been-
a lot of murmuring behind this door. There's a many goblins back there.
I hear goblins.
Oh, too many to deal with diplomatically. I think maybe we'll just have to kill them all.
Or we could just
Ooh.
ignore them.
Yeah, but while we're dealing with the stuff in the basement, what if that
Oh,
the
they can
thorny
come up.
one-
Yeah, you know
yeah,
what?
they could call for reinforcements. I don't want to deal with that.
No, that's
I-
annoying.
You remember when you would watch Shrek? I'm pretty sure I've used this analogy before, but when Fiona was singing and then the birds just went,
Explodes. Yeah, you have. But yeah, you've done that.
I want to do that.
Oh shit. I'm
Let's
like
go.
scrambling to find my earplugs. Like, fuck, did I bring them with me? Hey everybody, follow me this way and just close the door to this room, and don't go out there for like the next 2 minutes.
Oh no, she's doing that thing, isn't she?
Oh yeah, yep.
Oh god.
Grab this guy's unconscious body. Tess, I know you're strong, but
You don't
please
want to
come
be
in.
near here.
Yep, they'll all get out of the way. You open the door. A long, formal banquet table dominates the center of this room. A desk and table occupy opposite sides of the room, and 2 sets of double doors, one on the west wall that you're standing at, the other in the east, are the chamber's only visible exits. Milling about are about 24 armed goblins. They seem to have taken the weapons that they've picked up from the soldiers they slayed within here. I've got a picture of them here. And then there is a single red-skinned hobgoblin wearing what appears to be monk regalia sitting at the table.
Can I take one of Khan's concoctions? Like maybe it's not a oh god, what are they called? Like when you throw them in a room and then they can't see. Like
Smoke
a
bomb?
Or a
smoke bomb. Thank you.
flashbang, maybe.
Flashbang?
Yeah,
Flashbang? Yeah.
yeah. One of those, but it can't see anything.
blind and deaf in them. I see what you
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, you know, I like that. You're able to just toss that in. Thanks. Then all of them are completely blind and deafened for a few moments. What do you do in this few moments?
Let's take a couple of arrows. Just
Legolas that shit.
Yep.
Give me 3. Just shoot 3 into the chat with your 2 hits at your top.
let's see. Come on now. There's
Okay.
a fun.
40, and then 45. Great.
And then whichever are left, how many more did you want me to do?
Just one more.
Okay.
Okay.
35.
When everything kind of clears, you see that the group of goblins, half of them lie dead on the ground. The other half are still disoriented and trying to figure out what just happened. But you notice that the red hobgoblin at the table is holding your arrow in her hand.
In that position in the token.
In that position in the picture, like, she's holding your arrow. And she looks to you and says, "Good shot. I'm quicker. Who are you?" She breaks your arrow with her hand.
I open the doors. Is it over?
Not entirely. There's a hot red hobgoblin here.
Oh, flaming Cheeto Goblin. Whoa.
And she may or may not have caught my arrow in her hand. And not gonna lie, I'm not sure if I'm turned on or I'm really scared. Maybe a bit of both.
I look at her. She seems like she's somewhat in charge here, so I'm gonna say, hey, the rest of your forces have been destroyed. We have taken over the fort. We would like to give you a formal opportunity to surrender. Preserve your life, fight another day. If you understand what that whispering is, you know that the being creating it is far too powerful for any one of you to grapple with. But we can cleanse that whispering from you and let you leave with your life, should you agree to our terms.
Isabella has been a thorn in my tribe's side for quite a while now. She came from nowhere, wandered down from the mountains, started telling my people what to do, started telling them what to believe. If you're here to get rid of Zathella, you don't even need to convince me further. My name is Fethi Kinshakas, the chiefess of these goblins. You, put all of your weapons down.
And the rest of the goblins stow their weapons.
I'll inform her that the goblins that we have spared thus far, some of the named goblins, there's an archer that survived in the southern garrison that's unconscious. The Spore Mother Nurk and all of her followers are fine. Downstairs, you had a very strong guard who is going to probably be working with us going forward, but they survived. And then let her know that we knocked out Tralg and all the guys in the kitchens and stuff. So, like, her tribe isn't, like, destroyed, but they've taken some heavy losses. Also, one goblin and that motherfucker with the dynamite escaped from the front. They're, like, out in the woods. You might have to track them down.
Never liked Basil much anyway.
He's a son of a bitch.
Don't think Basil survived.
Well, we would be very interested in a temporary alliance to take out our mutual enemy and part ways peacefully afterwards. But one of the conditions is that you do not harass or harm the humans and elves that we have also rescued from this place.
Deal.
She puts her hand out to shake your hand.
Shake.
He does so.
Also, there's like a snake goblin creature that we found. Is that yours
Mine.
or? Oh well.
Sarah?
Yeah.
What did I say her name was?
A series.
Siri.
Siri. She has stayed with the tribe, but I've never claimed her as mine. She is. It would be like claiming you as mine.
And she points to Khan.
Perish the
Well, yeah. I was like, well, just so you know that one does belong to us, so you can't take
That
her.
one's ours.
That one's ours.
We like her
Just
very
hear the
much.
unsheathing of a blade. It's all right. It's okay.
Nurk,
Um,
Slim, let's do what these three want. They'll help us rid of Zathella. We can rebuild. But first, let's go lick our wounds downstairs with the others.
to a stream of goblins. I'd like to go down quickly to like make sure that guy, the lieutenant, doesn't freak the fuck out, because he might.
Smart, yeah.
Yeah. So
So you can do that to make sure, everyone is safe and friendly and not going to kill each other.
Yeah.
That is everything that is on here except for the going downstairs.
Oh yeah.
I will move everyone back down to the first floor, and you can tell me what you do from there.
I guess I talk with you all before we like address everybody. Like, how do we want to do this? We could enlist the help of these goblins that have a thing against this person that took over their tribe. We could also enlist the help of that lieutenant if he's got the energy to fight.
Everyone seems pretty beat up.
Everybody does.
Between what the goblins did to the humans and the elves and what you did to the goblins, I'll tell you above board, no one's in fighting shape to go downstairs.
Okay,
All
so what if we
Just us.
take a rest?
Yeah, you could take a short rest, get your
Yeah.
points back, all that stuff.
I also
Yeah.
think we might be strong enough to handle this on our own.
Yeah,
We've
but
been like
I think
fine.
it'd be very encouraging for them to be able to, like, the ones who
I
really
think-
want to beat her up, beat her up. I think that's
The
fair,
quicker we
though.
handle this, though, because we just cleansed like 3 of them, right?
Yeah.
If they rest here, then we're just inviting an opportunity for Rovagug to come back and start
Ah.
whispering in their minds again.
Okay, true.
I think maybe we could just treat this like a walk in the park, because it kind of is, and then, dust our hands off and say you're free to go. They'll be thankful to
That's-
us, and we'll feel really cool.
I mean, you already got a couple paladins out of it.
Yeah.
It's true. That's mutual, all of us.
Yeah, it's weird. I gotta
By the
think.
way, they have a code to follow. I have made the first tenant. You all get to choose a tenant. So
I'll put that it has to deal with your domain. Like you did freedom, Con yours is ambition, Reese yours is truth, Danny yours is protection. So your tenant will have to do with your domain.
Perfect.
let's just handle it. We got this.
You know what?
Ready
That's
to go
fair.
downstairs?
Yeah, let's go.
All right.
I'll tell everybody to just sit tight. We're gonna deal with her. There's no need to follow her rest. We will take care of it.
Give us about 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
They'll all thank you. And wow, there's not much room on here. Okay, that's fine. I'm gonna take Arwen and Ares and Rottrot off this map for the moment. They're not like gone. They're just gonna stay upstairs because there's not enough room right this second.
That's fine.
Delete token. There we go. That'll do. All right. So you can close out of that map.
When Fancy Brands.
Yeah, it should be loading for just a second because it's a relatively big map that I'm loading for you.
Oh yeah, I can see that.
And you should just see a little half circle. It should be tiny little
Mhm.
visible thing for you. This, as you come down this spiral staircase, the semicircular room is drenched in blood. Detached body parts of both goblins and humans lie strewn about amid fragments of ancient furniture and half-dried pools of blood and broad spatters of blood decorate the walls. The circular staircase winds up into the ceiling, while to the south a large beige stone door without handles appears to be the only other way out. There are also 4 statues of what appear to be hobgoblins in the room. Oh, and the perception checks DC of 38.
Everything's a little slow.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
Woo! Just made it.
You did.
I can't even roll at the very
Well, that's
moment.
okay because everyone, Reese made it, and that's at least one person did. That's all that matters.
Yeah,
In the
I can't
corner-
roll yet. I'm gonna have to wait.
Damn. Okay. Has the little room at least loaded? So you see the semicircular room.
Yes.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I think tokens are popping in, and I think that's what's happening.
There's a few, yeah, there's a lot of stuff. So, in the corner, Reese, you see sitting on one of the bodies with a small red hat in his hand, and he's dabbing it in the pools of blood. And next to him is a long scythe leaning up against the wall. And as you look,
Whoa!
and you can see that he has a wide mouth filled with sharp teeth. The smile it reminds you of almost of Wasilka. It's wide and toothy. He hasn't seemed to notice you yet, but he's dipping this hat into the entrails and blood of one of these dead humans or goblins.
Eat that. Okay. Reese is gonna.
Sudden tone change.
Yeah. It's no longer peaceful. Hold on. Let me get some non-peaceful
the
music.
fly swatting phase is over, by the way.
Do I
Okay.
need to roll initiative?
Not yet. Depends on what you guys do.
All
I just
right.
kind of squint and I'm like, why are our face so fucked up?
Yeah. Right.
I have no clue.
Yeah. No. Reese ain't standing for that. He's gonna go and make that thing his hunted prey.
Nice. And actually, Danny, give me nature DC 40. Or anyone, but I know Danny's is the highest. Or I guess, Con, you can substitute Arcana.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Con, do Arcana DC of 40, see if you can hit it.
All right.
8.
7 or higher.
Oh, thank God that
Oh,
was
yeah.
for one.
Oh.
Critical success. Con, you've heard of these before. This is called a red cap. They are
Oh,
fey.
they're
Um,
worst.
They're terrible. If any of you have played Baldur's Gate 3, you know
Fuck
that red
them.
caps are awful. They're at the witch's house, Auntie Ethel or whatever. Yeah, these are little violent shits that
She's
just
a
love
hag, but yeah.
blood and gore. But this one, you notice, they don't have teeth like that. They don't have mouths like that. This is a fucked up red cap. Something
Yeah.
is wrong with this thing.
Yeah. 100. Can you do
Yeah,
the...
something's wrong with it. It's badass.
Yeah. I mean,
Thank
it
you.
is. I'm gonna do hunt prey, then the hunter's edge position,
Mhm.
and then with a sneak attack, I'm gonna set it on fire with a bow, an
Fuck
arrow.
yeah. Go ahead, go for it.
Okay.
While you're doing that, I want to show you this. This guy again. He's canon to this adventure. Fig Bottom, the Warp Jester. Look at this. He's fighting the Pathfinder iconic druid.
Ooh,
How cool is that?
that's badass.
Yeah, Fig Bottom is totally canon.
All right, so
I think I named him the
Alright.
Warp Jester, but Fig Bottom.
Alright, fig bottom, you piece of shit.
Are you all just dogpiling this guy?
Yeah.
I think so. I think I'm gonna cast an actual spell.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, what are you all doing?
I don't know where
I won't
he
make
is
you-
on here.
He's right.
Oh, right over
here
there?
by the statue. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'm gonna say you all don't really need to roll if you're gonna gang up on him and do
I'm gonna-
all of this
Oh,
at
okay,
once.
cool.
What are you doing?
I would like to stealth to him. Can I do that?
Sure. Let's see if that's enough.
Oh, it says I have a -1 because I'm sickened. I'm not sickened.
Oh, you're not sickened. Why are you sick? Oh, that's because of the planetary thing, the religion thing. I shouldn't have given you that. There you go. Ah, but Zavid, if you start to speak at any point, you will be speaking Draconic.
Okay. Am I able to sneak up to him?
No, he definitely sees you. You critically failed. His passive DC was a 50.
Damn. I'm sneaking up and he looks at me. What does he
looks at
say?
you. He looks at you and he says,
More friends to lighten the blood and the gore. Here, you need your own hat.
and he picks up this dripping hat off the ground and says,
Here, revel in the gore with Fig Bottom.
I'll accept the hat if it means I can get within melee range.
"Oh, you can absolutely get next to him."
Yeah, I
It
do
literally
that, and then
says if the party does anything except join him, he starts to attack. So you joined him.
I join and put this bloody hat on. It's not the first time I've been covered in blood and stuff like that. So as I just let it drip down, I say, "So, is there anything else to kill up here?"
Oh, few things.
Oh, how about through that door? And I'll. He's got a scythe, so I
Mhm.
summon Momentum Mori from my shadow, and then can I
Yeah.
manifest the scythe blade from it? I'm here to fuck shit up. Let's do it.
Oh, you scythe souls with fiddle pig bottom. Good day, happy day, friendship, happy day.
And he gets up
Oh
and
my
starts
God.
dancing. I'm changing him to friendly. I'm not even gonna make you roll. This works.
Okay, so
I
ignore
look at
me
you
trying to
all,
fire.
Like, I don't know what's
I
happening.
had a
He
fire
scares me.
arrow
I'm
just like
following him.
ready, and he does no longer do that.
No, I'm telling you, the AP straight up says if the party does anything other than joining in the revelry, he will attack. And you did the one thing.
The fact that he saw me is the only reason that we're peaceful right now. Because if he hadn't offered that
Reese
little
would've
olive branch,
killed
which was a
him.
bloody hat, we would have attacked. Yeah, I would have tried to get 3 harms off with 3 actions. Boom, boom,
He
boom.
just saved a bunch of spell slots and shit.
Yeah.
So he opens the door, and the walls, floors, and ceiling of this half-moon-shaped room are covered in hundreds of mirrors of all shapes and sizes. Some still intact, but most broken. To the north is, you're already there. The southern wall sports 2 milk-white stone doors of similar design, and actually, there's a note. Thessariel will say, I remember this room. It's coming back to me, that's right. I used to use this chamber to remotely converse with, sad to say, my demonic patrons, the ones who led me towards trying to tree stride to Castrovel. I wonder if there's any magic left in them.
Man, demons are fucking stupid. Yeah, I said it.
Everyone give me perception checks, DC 40.
Perception 40. Oh, hell, it was almost a 15.
Nope.
Con, if you go into the room. Con,
Sorry, what?
do you go in the room, Con?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. As you're looking around, you notice a mirror that's closer to the ground that none of the rest of the tall folk notice. That in just a flash, you see Tessariel walk past, like a Harry Potter picture, you know? You don't see a reflection because she's standing next to you. You see, like, her looking at you walk past in the mirror.
Ooh. I guess
I
I look
would-
back at her and back to the mirror.
Normally, I'm
Like,
supposed to say you see an elderly, somewhat frail-looking elf in a long green dress because you're not supposed to have met Tessariel.
But we know who she is.
But you know exactly who she is, so you see Tessariel.
What the fuck? Hmm.
Do you
I didn't
keep
say that,
looking,
though.
or what do you do
I'll
specifically?
go up to the
Damn.
mirror and inspect it. Like,
After a moment, she comes back around from the edge of the mirror into view, and she looks startled that you even notice her. And she starts
is
to
like-
wave.
like wide eyes, face against the glass, like.
If you stare at her for more than 1 minute, her face slowly begins to contort into a demonic visage as it bares its teeth and demonic tongue at you. And then the illusion disappears.
Ooh, a spook. That's like a
Spooky.
like a Curse of Strahd style spook. I
love
like it.
that.
Yeah. And it shatters as that happens, and you find on the ground a hand-sized shard of mirror glass that shows your reflection blinking 2 seconds out of sync. When it's held aloft, it allows you to re-roll 1 initiative roll per day. But for the next 10 minutes, your shadow lags behind you your movement by half a second. I'm
That's so cool.
gonna drop that into your inventory, Con. It's the mirror shard of the redundant future. It's a
Whoa.
very minor magical item. And only
Well.
Con gets one because she's the only one who saw Tessariel.
After she like breaks a mirror, I'm like, well, let's open these other doors. We've got a bloodthirsty redcap here who would love to revel in the gore with us. So let's maybe find someone who we
Absolutely.
can turn into guts.
Intestines and guts and blood. Gonna get the intestines and guts and blood.
I already feel like he's not that bad as long as you can just let him kill things.
Yeah. No,
Just
I'm
point him
here
in the
for
right
it.
direction. He's like a missile. This lengthy hallway winds around a circular set of chambers accessible via 2 doors on the south end of the circle. More stone doors line the outer wall of this tunnel, one of which appears to be stuck open and has various chunks of debris littered around it. Illumination seems to come from far away, floating shafts of variously colored light. The uneven ceiling in this tunnel is taller than that of the other chambers, reaching heights between 40 and 50 feet. And actually, let me read really quick. Yes, okay. Who walks into this room first?
I will. I'll take. I just want to get hurt. Hurt me.
As you take one step into this room, your foot slips out from under you, but it's before you can even touch the ground. You slip up as gravity reverses, and you begin to float to the center of this room.
So I'm on the ceiling?
You're halfway in between the floor and the ceiling. You're stuck in the center.
Oh, it's like a... I
You're
see.
bobbing in the middle.
All right. I want to, like...
Occultism or Arcana?
Arcana? You know, I think I know it's a spell. Instead, I want to do acrobatics. I want to, like, hop from wall to wall and navigate. I'm not trying to, like, just spell it. Just trying to navigate it.
All right.
Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm fine with that.
Because I got really high acrobatics.
You do.
And part of that was thanks to... I think it was thanks to Elliot.
Yeah.
Or specifically
Yeah,
Reese.
the
Reese
Reese
gave me
card.
legendary acrobatics.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. Yes. So yeah,
Use
you
it.
were able to quite easily swim through the air with the greatest of ease and get yourself over to a wall.
Boy, I'm trying to get to this door here.
You need a perception check before you open anything else. DC
Yeah.
of like 36.
And I'm gonna yell out to you guys, it's like a skydiving chamber! Check it out!
Ooh.
That's enough. You notice floating behind a pile of rubble, like hiding behind a rock, there's a strange tentacled fish creature with 4 eyes.
Little
that's
cutie.
a good little
Big row of sharp
friend.
teeth.
Ooh.
Can I make a check on this guy, see if I know what this is?
Occultism or nature.
The occultism.
Nice.
This is a Grodare. It is a fey creature. It's a fey fish. Clearly, it's from the first world, just like Fig Bottom, the red cap is. So you're starting to sense a theme here. But yeah, you know it is a fey fish that can speak.
Whoa.
Do I
Sick.
know what language it might speak?
Great question. It speaks Aquan and Sylvan. I think Danny knows Sylvan because she's a druid. Or I think someone is Sylvan. Let me see.
Yeah, Danny's probably got it.
Yeah.
Not Danny, actually.
Oh,
Uh,
Reese?
Yeah, then it is Reese.
No, Reese
No?
does not have Sylvan.
Hmm.
Is it Colin? No. Zavid?
No.
No. Does Tassariel? No.
Sariel.
It's Zavid. You have a wand of tongues that you just got at the Pride Fest.
That's true. I forgot about that. I cast tongues on myself because it's about time. There's so many people that speak different languages in this place. I need to make sure I can talk to people.
So there
And
you
I'm
go. You
also
now
gonna-
speak all languages.
How many charges does this have?
I think it resets every day, something like that.
Sick.
Oh, I can't like do it to each of us. I can only do.
I'd have to look it up. I can say, for now, we'll say all of them can have it, but I'll look up the actual rules later.
All right. If I have to upcast the spell from the wand, I'll use a slot. Is that cool?
Yeah, sure. Let's call it a 4th level slot, and you can have it for everybody.
All right. I'll use a slot, and everybody can now talk to everything. And
Woohoo.
I'll say like, "Greetings, O noble Grodare."
And it slowly peeks its eyes up above the rubble and says to you,
You speak my tongue?
Oh, I love it.
You
I
do
speak
not
many.
You do not look like Blegenshi. Blegenshi, like people who friendly.
Oh, I am friendly to all those that can help me and my redcap companion find gore to revel in. Any enemies that you want destroyed, perhaps?
Oh, the apogee creature. Shark.
Ah. Thorny?
Yes. Thorn.
Well, you're in luck. A lot of people want her dead. Could you point us in her direction?
Last time Blegenshi saw, she go through that door.
and it swims over to you, to this door, and I'm gonna make it make it friendly.
Yeah, sweet.
She behind
Yeah.
that door.
Before I open, I ask, what are behind these other doors on the other sides here?
Swim through the air. Say here's and down to this one and say,
Boink, boink.
Down here. Little leaves, plants. Things of old, overgrown.
Whims over here.
I'll look to Tassara. I'm like, I think this is your garden or something.
I believe that was one of my machines down there. That was the power source. It was a water wheel. There's a nearby river that flowed into the caverns beneath, and it is what powered most of my machines.
And then Bligenshi comes over to here and says,
Behind here. You're crying. But again, she here crying.
just keep swimming.
Behind this door, the glowing one. That followed the algae one. The glowing one go here.
Hello.
Interesting. I kind of want to.
Swims up to the north.
I want to like go into these doors first before we go and
Yeah.
take on
Yeah.
her.
And then it says,
Glass. So much smashed glass.
and at that, Tesariel goes, oh no, the diviners.
I'm like, glass. Say no more. I'm gonna open this door. Till you find out that Zavid really likes glass.
All right, let me open up some shit. There you go. A small little hallway. It's basically empty, but then there's a hallway there that ends at a door.
Is it still like floaty in here or no?
Yes, that entire ring is floaty, but once you leave the ring, like into here, it stops being floaty. You immediately poof onto the ground.
Okay.
Do you call me Reese join?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I asked all to join. There's Fig Bottom wants to come too.
Yep, big bottom.
Death and gore.
I say, there is one we hunt today. One of algae and thorns. Everybody wants her dead.
And yeah, you go to the end of the hallway.
I have no idea how he got here, but I can tell he's not like her minion because he doesn't give a shit.
Not at all, not one shit.
Yeah.
He
You
gave
could
the
ask
shit
him
this
how he got
morning and he feels better.
Yeah.
Ask him how he got here.
Yeah. So friend, how did you end up here from the not the Feywild, the first world?
Oh, was cutting up fish on the side of the river. Saw a bright light on the river. Jumped and swam. Ended up here. Don't know how I get back home. Death and gore. Death and gore.
As he's playing with his hat.
I love him.
I
Big
hate him,
bottom's
but I
the
love
worst
him.
and the best.
I like this guy. I am afraid of him a lot. I don't want him to turn on me, but also he's so charming. I'm like nervously laughing, like, huh, and kind of enjoying it. I'm like,
This
man,
is,
if he turns on me, I'm gonna just be more sad than scared.
This is the
Really
old
just
Dane
like-
Cook skit where the guy like kills everybody or goes to like beat people up in the workplace and he just goes, "Thanks for the candy."
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't.
Like-
Or in Scary Movie where like there's the killer and he's on the phone, everyone's going, "What's up?" And then he just joins the
Yeah.
stoners. Yeah, that's kind of
Yeah.
what's going on here.
He also has like Art the Clown vibes as well.
Yeah.
Is everybody joining me?
Yep.
Or?
Yeah.
The ceiling of this hemispherical room is shaped like a massive dome, with the tallest part of the chamber reaching over 60 feet in height. Smashed glass orbs and various metallic baubles litter the ground, their sheen hidden under a thick layer of dust. And Tasaria
Okay.
looks in and goes, my diviners. This room took years to set up. As she's just looking devastated at all this broken glass everywhere.
Well, it has been countless millennia.
Yes, I suppose.
What's a few more years setting it up, right?
Yes, and I suppose the Queen has made me immortal, so I have the time. Oh, work. I want all of you to give me perception checks, DC 36.
DC 36. Number 36.
Make
Perception
me
check,
copies.
DC.
Oof, I'm stuck in it right now.
Holy fuck.
Ooh,
Number 48, natural 20.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say
Oh,
Reese
nice.
notices. As you're walking in here, Reese, you see there's a shiny glint in one of the piles of glass over to the top left.
He goes over to it.
sort of over here.
Yeah.
And you notice within within the glass, god damn it, is, I keep doing the wrong thing. God damn, where is it? There it is.
It's the T1000.
Yeah, it's the T1000. You see what appears to be some type of puddle of liquid metal. I'm not sure if Reese knows what mercury is.
I don't
But Khan,
know.
you passed this check to see that there's something over there as well. But Reese noticed it first.
Where'd he go?
I don't know. But what you see is there's a puddle of mercury, Khan, and it seems to be wiggling.
Oh, that can't be good.
Well, maybe it is good. We could make a giant thermometer and put it inside. So that way, anywhere in Shadow Valley, if you want to know what the temperature is, you just look at the giant thermometer. It shows you.
What do you do,
It's
Khan?
multiple. The thermometer is multiple stories.
Yeah.
So if it's really hot out, you're like, phew, it's a second story type of day.
That's actually kind of cool.
That is funny. But what do you do to the puddle? As an alchemist, you know what mercury is.
Yeah. I mean, I think she's just gonna try to collect some.
So as you take out a vial, this will come as a surprise to none of you out of character because I already showed it, but it starts to coalesce and it bubbles up into this giant creature that hovers above you, looming over you, Khan, and parts of it form into spikes and bludgeons and hammers. And as the glass on the ground is clinking, Tessariel turns around and shrieks, "Mercy!" And she runs over, dives into this puddle of mercury and hugs it. She says, "My familiar! My mercury ooze familiar! Oh, I thought you were so gone and lost! Oh, Murky! Oh, I'll never leave you again!" She's kissing mercury, getting mercury all over her face.
Mercury
God.
poisoning, oh my god!
God had like a little vial out.
You're
It was like
dead,
gonna
it's
try to
fine.
wrestle like a little sample and has to like maybe not do that. Damn.
Oh wait, I didn't make it. There it is. It's visible on
There
my
you
map now. Friend, there.
Could you reshare the map for me, pretty please?
Yes, reshare map.
You know, it's crazy in that Starfinder game I'm still in. We went up against some mercury oozes. We knocked on some guy's door and then were attacked by oozes. And then he opened the door. He's like, "What?" I'm like, "You've got oozes in your backyard. They're just attacking us. Like, what's going on?" He goes, "You killed my oozes?" I'm like, "They attacked us. We were knocking on your door." He's like, "Oh."
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's like, God damn it, dude.
But yes, it is just Tessariel's familiar Murky.
Well, it's a good thing you're here with us, Tessariel.
Isn't it? This AP goes way different without her, because it's written without her. She's supposed to
Yeah.
be like long gone, teleported to space or something.
Wild.
This next
Well-
door is locked, so I will need a thievery check from Khan of a DC 38.
You got it.
Or technically from anybody, but I mean, we all know it's Khan.
I mean,
Yeah.
Khan doesn't even bust out the tools. It just puts her, like, is knocking on the door and then gives it one solid, like, thing and it opens up.
Clink.
Yep, you managed to get it no problem. Tessariel will say, "That hallway to the north there, that just leads out back to the surface. It's, there's nothing interesting back there." Above table, there's literally nothing interesting up
Okay.
there.
Oh, it's collapsed.
But there is a hallway that heads to the south with a closed door.
All right.
There you go.
I believe this used to be one of my old labs. I built 2 arcane engines down here. This was one of them. We'll see what time has done to it. So this one is not locked. You're able to open the door.
Ooh.
A massive arcane machine takes up the majority of this room, its various cogs, gears, and canisters nearly covering the southern wall and branching out towards the various other corners of the chamber. Tubes and pipes stretch out like tendrils into holes in the badly weathered walls. The center of the room ceiling has sunken in considerably and reaches a height of barely 15 feet above the center of the room.
is a very nice lab.
Thank you. Took a very long time to put together.
Like looking at stuff, not understanding what any of it is, and I look over at Khan, and Khan just
Yeah,
knows.
right.
There's a knowing look. You know what everything's for.
Yeah, Khan, you realize that this is definitely it takes power from what Tesario would have told you was the water wheel room, and this is definitely very similar to the stuff you saw at the Cogito Machinist, the machine cult. This is powerful stuff. This is like piping magic through pipes, like electricity or water. Like you're seeing containers of mana.
Ooh, we've seen mana before in its raw form, but only in the outer planes. We
Right.
haven't seen it like this here in Galarian.
Tesario managed to kind of pipe some mana out of the maelstrom. What? Give me perception checks, everybody.
Perceive. Nope.
Nope. Khan is distracted.
Yeah.
That is correct. All of you are distracted. That's right. So what do you do?
What's in
Go on back.
here? The big one, the big tank. Is that just a reservoir? Is there something in there?
This should be.
I was originally going to use this to try to clone the trees that I needed for my experiments. These are cloning vats.
Can you clone a person? Can you clone people?
I'd never advanced my technology that far, but the science should still be the same.
Okay. This might be important later. This might be really important later. How quickly could a clone be grown and made ready to accomplish some sort of task?
Well, with my theories, if you are able to cast a simulacrum spell, it should be a matter of weeks.
And is this technology mass producible? Could we
Oh, indeed.
produce it
if
at
we
scale?
Produced at scale. This is a proof of concept more than anything.
How
She's
much?
got, like-
How many? Can you give us an itemized list of resources and stuff? Because cloning an army to fight against Ravagug might be on the table all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Well, as a matter of fact, and she goes over to this area here. She reaches back behind the vat and says, "Yeah, that's what I thought. My notes." And she brings a book out that you would not have found otherwise, and says, "My blueprints are in here. Khan, I believe these will do you better than even
Yeah,
I."
Khan needs to take a look at these.
Yeah.
Gimme.
So, Khan, you now have the blueprints to cloning vats.
I walk over
Oh
to
my
Reese
God.
and Danny, and I'm like, unfortunately, the rest of us are too stupid to understand what any of this is.
I
But
never wanted to
I have
understand
no clue.
anyway.
yeah, and that's not an insult. That is just a fact. I don't know how to even make a pipe out of nothing. Like,
I mean, I'm still caught on. I really want that fish to come home with us. So
Reese,
Yes.
as you are standing leaning against
That bad.
pipe,
Yeah.
from behind, you feel a stabbing, sinking pain in your back as a huge
Oh!
spider pops out of that.
Ah!
But she has a face of not only an elf,
of your ex.
she has the face of Cathariel.
Oh,
Oh.
Sario!
But Reese, you take 52 damage as this massive spider sinks, well, not its fangs, but its claws into your back. Ah!
He just like chokes up some blood. Hey, what the fuck was that?
And it backs up into that pipe again.
What do
I know you
have
did some
in here?
photoshopping on this. It's really
Would
impressive.
you like to see the original?
Yeah. Like this
Okay,
this looks
okay.
really good. I can tell you just kind of took her hair from her other image, but
Yeah.
like I'm
Yeah, it's just the hair. Here's the original. Boop.
Ugh, fuck that thing.
Yeah, that's in the AP.
Yeah.
honestly though, it's really well done.
Thank you. I did
Yeah,
that
it
last
is.
night.
Uh
But
so
yeah, so the
this
brown-haired one, that is what Tessariel is canonically supposed to look like. but I used different art, so I had to make her gray-haired.
Mhm.
But yeah, this spider has Tesariel's face, 100%.
Wait, which one's the real one?
Holding a
Reese
gun.
just like goes the fuck away from the thing, and he looks at Sario and goes, "Your face stabbed me on a spider's leg."
Maybe.
I have no idea what that was. I did not make
Let's
that.
get it. Let's kill it out of the lab so we can have a place for the blood to pool. And I look over to Fig Bottom, like, how about we kill it over there? In this tight hallway, so it's just nothing but blood and gore.
He's tap dancing.
So I'm gonna call to the spider thing in Aklo. I have a little suspicion Aklo might be a
Yes.
spider language for this thing.
It is.
And be like, "Hey, are you hungry? Why don't you come and eat us? We'll be right in the hallway waiting for you. You ugly butt. You're just a butt." And I run into the hallway like, hee.
He hears him speaking Aklo and just goes, "Wait, that's a good idea." Then he just goes, "Yeah, meet us outside, motherfucker."
And
I'm pretty juicy.
Anyone who speaks Aklo, you hear from behind you,
The cursed whispers will stop. The feasting will start, and the whispers will stop.
as it crawls on the ceiling, head turning upside down like in the thing, after you. And I'm gonna give it one attack against Fig Bottom. Actually, no, it's gonna she's gonna shoot her webs at you, Zavid, because you are the one taunting her. Miss. She misses. A bunch of webs stop at the end of the hallway and block your exit.
She shits a bunch of webs at me, and I duck, and her shit flies over my head. I'm like, that's disgusting. That's actually disgusting.
And I would know.
What do you all do?
Ooh.
What is this thing?
It's a
Like,
Goliath ether spider, because
Fuck
Wizard
that.
is one, so I won't make you roll for that.
okay, it's an ether spider with an elfin head, and it can speak. It's intelligent.
There's something
It's-
weird going on.
Are we
It's-
killing
it's-
it? Or are we friendly?
Well, it's gone crazy because of the fucking whispers.
Mhm.
So
Did
I
it
don't
get
know if
cleansed
it would.
by
Can
it?
it sit still enough for us to cleanse it?
Did a clone of Tesariel get the flied? with the
Yes,
ether
I think
spider?
so.
Con got it.
Haha.
Yeah.
I
Since you
think-
nailed it. I won't make you roll. Con figured it out. A clone of
Unfortunate-
Tesariel got the fly.
I'm gonna look to Tesariel and be like, Tesariel, I think we're gonna have to kill this thing, even though it looks like you. Are you okay with that?
That's fine. I don't want to share my face with that.
Okay, cool.
I'm sorry, Spider. I'm speaking Aklo. I'm like, what's your name so we can remember you after we kill you?
Indarel.
Rufio. Okay. And actually, another three word
Yep,
phrase.
Roda. Yeah, the
Well, I
Rufio
was-
is all that comes out.
Yeah, but I was gonna say one. I was just listening to a Doom song. In fact, while this was going on, I was like, "Rip and tear."
Nice.
I think that's
Oh,
what we're
you
gonna have to
are-
do.
You would be speaking Draconic in this moment, by the way.
Yeah.
Not Aklo, Draconic.
At this, yeah, it morphed. It morphed from Aklo. It
morphed
started
to
as
Draconic,
Aklo's. I taunted it, and then we were like, "Gobbledygook, babadoo badaba, skibbity bibbity."
So yes, what do? You have a moment before she's gonna start attacking, and I'll make you roll initiative.
I wanna coordinate with Fig Bottom. I'll be like, you take one side, and I'll use my side. Then I'll mirror you and do the opposite sides. We slither on both sides. But I say that in Draconic. Can he understand me? Oh, I have tongues on.
Yeah, you have tongues on, so he absolutely can. So
Yeah.
everyone, roll initiative.
I forgot I had that. Okay. You know, sometimes killing is therapeutic
right
and needs
thing.
to, it is the right call. And in this case, I want to help her, but at the same time, I
No,
am too
fuck
afraid of
that.
Fig Bottom to spare her life.
Fair enough.
If I can find somebody that we can justifiably kill to keep him satisfied, all right.
Well,
Guys, I'd
luckily,
like to say it's 5, 6, and 7.
that's fucking 5, 6, 7. Yes, but that actually makes Fig Bottom is at the top of the initiative. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way. This won't
That's
take super
crazy.
long. So Fig Bottom is, as soon as you give him the go ahead, he blasts into action with his twisted scythe, crawling up the wall. You didn't even think he could do that. Does he hit? He does. He hits Indariel with his twisted scythe. She screams out. He doesn't do much, but he does 16 damage. He rolled butt. Let's see. Sabi, you're up. Then Khan's on deck. Then Reese.
I am going to do what I said. I'm going to use my scythe weapon, which I don't think I have on my sheet, unfortunately.
Oh, I gave you it as a mace or a staff or something, so we can just say the damage is different. Let me change it real fast.
Memento Mori bludgeoning.
I can change that on the fly.
Yeah, from now on, I'll be using it as a staff, so it'd be slashing, and it'd be staffs have a really high critical. Actually, that might be Pathfinder 1E. I don't know if
they have. Let me look it up really fast. PF 2E scythe. The scythes are D10s. Yes, that's much better than your staff. Okay. Whoop, not 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 40-10. Slashing magical. There you go.
Okay.
Way better.
Let me target her. Good.
She is off guard because you're in a tiny tunnel. I just put her over to the right so you could click stuff.
Hell yeah.
She's above you. Ooh, good roll. That is a definite hit.
Okay, good. I was worried for a second for some reason.
Not a crit, but you definitely hit her.
And then here's the damage for that. Oh.
25, still pretty, for someone who doesn't ever do melee damage, not bad. But you still have 2 actions. That's a miss.
Alright. If that's a miss, I'm gonna use my last action to harm.
Okay, great. So make her roll that save if you can.
I'll try to hit the wound specifically, because I want her wound to rot.
Nice. That's half damage still. Ooh, so many dice. Oh my God. Still 32 damage.
I'll look to Figbot and be like, check this out, and then fucking down.
Necrotize in flesh. Necrotize in flesh.
That's the end of you. Khan, you're up. Reese, you're on deck.
Cool. All right.
And she is off guard.
She's off guard and on the seal?
Yes, on the ceiling above you. I just put her over to the right because I didn't want to put her on top of your tokens.
Gotcha.
Thank you.
I want to cast Spider Climb on the
Hell
field.
yeah. So that's 2 actions, I believe.
It's 2 actions. And then it would be oh yeah, I'll move and then use Khan's Bladed Blade.
There you go. Perfect. So yeah, go ahead and roll that, because that's a free action.
Yeah.
That weapon is so sick.
It's really good. I'm excited to draw it when I get around.
Yeah.
Control click?
Yeah, control click. Choose your target now.
Nice. Khan's Bladed Blade. It's thinking.
Yeah, I see it's trying.
Pondering.
Come on, Fantasy Grounds, are you pondering what we're pondering?
I believe in you. Come on.
Woof. That one.
Yeah.
All right, so that I believe is the end of your turn, but you are on the ceiling next to her.
Yes.
Reese, you're up.
All right, cool.
And then it's her, then Danny.
All right, so Reese is very much not happy with this thing since it fucking got him out of nowhere.
Yeah,
And
that hurt.
yeah, that really freaking hurt. So I think he's going to just fire hunt prey.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what I have to do for the precision.
I'll get the other one.
Yeah.
Is she your target?
I'm
Now she is.
trying. Okay, now she's
So,
my target.
Precision, and then Hunter's Prey. I think you're good.
Okay, and then I'm gonna go and log.
Mm-hmm. So 2 attacks at your top bonus.
Yep. And 2 fire arrows are
Oh, yeah.
going at her. Oh my god. Fantasy grounds.
Mhm.
Is it just chugging?
Yeah.
Oh, I see it free. There it goes. There it goes. 7 is a hit. And that's definitely a hit.
Okay.
Both of those hit for sure. So you can hold shift as you do damage and it'll just auto do both. There it is. Beautiful. You can do 75 damage. I think you have one more action. Yeah. Hunt, prey, dual arrow. Yeah.
Reese is just gonna move.
Okay. She has no reactions to take like an attack of opportunity, so nothing like that.
Cool.
And that'll be the end of your turn.
Yep.
So, Indarel. Wait, did I skip Danny? No, it's her then Danny. Since Reese did all that damage, she is going to skitter over to you with one action, Reese. Reach down with a bite with her fangs. Try to... Yeah, that's a hit. Good.
Fuck
You will not escape, boy. Lunch is served.
62 more damage to you, Reese.
Oh! Gross.
And then she's going to use Ethereal Step to pop back into this room on the ceiling above you, Danny. That's the end of her turn. Danny, you're up.
Fuck that.
Cool.
She takes a little bleed damage.
She's considered to be a living creature, right?
Oh, yes. She's a fae,
Cool.
technically.
Cool. So, vampiric, I can never pronounce it.
Exsanguination
That one.
means you drain in their blood.
Yes, yes, sir. So,
I've
if you
made her
could
your
just...
target.
Thank you.
I will try to get into your actions to make her roll that save. But again, Fantasy Grounds is being slow.
Yes, she can roll the save and I can roll the damage.
Okay. Do you know what level spell that is anyway?
It is a level 6.
6. There it is. Vampiric Exsanguination. Make her roll save. There it goes.
Why did it
Natural 4 for a still success for half damage, but you can roll that damage. She has high fortitude.
Cool. If Fantasy Grounds lets me roll my damage,
12d6 negative.
that would be amazing.
Let's see. Do you need me to roll it?
Yes, because my computer completely
There we go.
froze.
Okay, you did 44 damage, but she took only half of it, so 22. She's looking really bad. Yeah. So that you still have 2 actions left, or 1 action left, actually.
Let's take a... Oh my god. This is horrible. Okay. Let's take an arrow, if that's
Cool.
okay.
Yeah, no problem. I can again. I'll just do that real quick.
And then
Dawn's
I
Wrath.
got that.
Natural 16. That does a hit for 43, and you deal an additional. I mean, not much, 8 damage, but still, damage is damage.
Yeah, I'll
That brings
take
it to Tess. She's up. Oh, this is gonna be fun. I've been waiting to use this. Yeah, she is going to pull out her spear, the new weapon she got, and she's going to take on a stance, a martial artist stance, a crane stance, increasing her AC, and then she is going to attack this Indarel with her new spear. And she uses a flurry of blows because she has that. Or no, she's not a monk. That's right. But she gets a second. That was a nat 2, so that missed. Ugh, bad rolls. Okay, so she's still getting used to fighting melee and not casting spells, but Tessariel misses as she's stabbing upwards, and the spider is dancing left and right, clinking on the ceiling. End of the round. That brings it to Fig Bottom again.
Oh, it left. Just follow the blood. Just follow the blood.
He runs into this room, and he's going to scythe up at her, because again, the room's ceiling is bent down. He hits with his scythe, dealing 21 more damage, and he's going to go for broke one more time. That's going to miss. The beat, you're up. And then Con and Reese.
All right.
This it probably won't get past Reese.
Probably not.
She's pretty hurt.
Reese will make sure she doesn't.
I am going to do my attack against this thing. I'm gonna first use jump.
Yeah.
I land right next to it to make a attack. Oh.
That was a miss, unfortunately. I think her AC's,
Oh. That's it.
yeah, her AC's 40, or well, 38 right now. So that's the end of your turn. Khan, you're up, and then Reese.
Alright. Khan is gonna close distance.
Mhm.
Since she's only 30 feet away.
And you're on the ceiling already.
And I'm on the ceiling. And then she's gonna make 2 attacks. And then if she's still up, a Khan's-bladed blade.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot that I have Ilhisir now.
Yeah, that thing's so good. Asmodeus' blade.
Oh god, it's gonna be thinking for a bit.
It's trying. I see it thinking. Wheels are turning. Hamster's dead.
Conjuring the orb.
If needed, I can probably make it roll.
That might be necessary.
Yeah, here we go.
considering
Let's
they gotta
try.
make
Let's
another
see.
attack.
At 10, that's a hit. Or I'll just, for speed's sake, I'll just get through your damage. Good lord.
Thank you.
49 on the first one.
Alright. And with you roll my second attack.
Yep, second hit, nat 12. That's another hit. Dealing another 50. That's it. That does it. How do you want to do this, Con, on her?
Fuck yeah.
Khan decapitate our friend's head from this monster.
Yes. You're literally using the only Vorpal weapon that I'm going to allow in this game. Yes,
Yeah.
you can remove her head.
Like Khan drags the spear like underneath her abdomen, like gets to her head and just lops it off. It is very gruesome, and it would probably be awful if it was your head on that monster.
The head falls and lands, staring straight up at Desariel. And she goes, "Oh, well, that's one way to do it, I suppose. Goodness. They call you Khan the Bloody for good reason, I suppose."
It ain't a joke.
I'm gonna take the head. I'm gonna look at Sariel. I'm like, forgive me for this. And I'm gonna go to our red cat friend, and I'm gonna puppet it like, hi! Name's Cesario. Which one's the real Cesario?
Oh, I'm Figbottom. Hey there, buddy.
And he takes the head.
Nice to meet you.
My god, okay.
He puts it on his head like a crown.
Blood and gore.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie.
I put the blood through the hat that he gave me, and then I'm like, all right, we're good. We're good for a while.
I'm not gonna lie, this reminds me of my first D&D campaign I was in. This reminds me of Theodore Franklin. He's just some guy that we ran across, and he ended up being like a fighter wizard type of guy, and he got to behead things, and when he behead things at one point, he grabbed them by the hair and was running around dancing with them. And I'm like, oh, this is the same energy. This is Theodore Franklin energy. No wonder I love him. Oh my god.
Man, I had to get real gross today. I didn't realize it was gonna happen, but
Yeah, we got nasty.
You want to open up one more room?
Yeah.
oh, if you insist. But then
Go back
I
to
gotta wake
the
up my
room
kid.
And go, keep going counterclockwise. So the one just to the left of you, there's a 9 o'clock. Yeah. This will be a good place to stop in this room here.
Cool.
I'll,
Reese is gonna just, like, be grumpy at this point.
Alright, there we go. Yeah, just jump through the walls, that's fine.
Ugh. Do we want to go south or further west?
Straight west. So this door is also locked, so you'll need con on this one.
We're just waiting.
Waiting for
We don't
Con.
say anything though. We just expect that she's coming, and she's like busy.
Yeah,
with
hold
something
on,
else.
hold on.
Yeah. She's on her phone. She just like made
Oh,
a
are we
cell
still in
phone.
combat?
No, you're not in combat.
It has the combat little thingy on her,
Oh,
saying it's her turn.
Oh, that's weird. Menu.
It's Khan's turn.
Clear all initiatives. There we go.
There you go.
Oh yeah, more than enough. You clink this thing open, no problem. You're getting used to the locks in this place. There's a very short hallway and another door. What do you all do?
Well, Check
follow
what's even
Khan.
room in this one too.
Perception checks. It's not locked.
Perception. Seems to be a tiny hallway.
That's a hallway.
Reese, you hear weird sound from the other side of the door with your elf ears. You hear whirring, metal, electricity,
I think I
movement going on.
found one of your machines, Cesario.
Oh yes, I believe this was my golem room, where I was always attempting to build different constructs. I'd be amazed if it was still intact.
Let's check it out.
Who opens the door?
What's
I'll
up,
do it.
Con? Yeah, Con's right
Alright.
there.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I need to add encounter. There we go. Fantasy Ground's gonna chug for a moment, then I will open the door. Make visible. Make visible. Okay. You
Sounds like a
open-
really bad god. Like, I am the god.
visible. You open the door.
I don't know what should be.
And this square chamber is
That's right.
covered on all sides by strange canisters, chains, and metal tubes. Dusty statues and shells of slumped-over constructs are lined against the walls next to strange apparatuses. You also see that there is a massive golem that appears to be made out of wood against the corner, and standing upon the machines is an extraordinarily strange goblin whose one arm is not only a machine, but it is attached, like as though her skin has grown into the machine, as though the metal has become part of her body, and the other arm glows with green electric circuitry under the skin. There is these green lights under her skin flowing from top to bottom of her body, and she appears to float about a foot off of the ground. I'm gonna say she doesn't notice Khan yet.
I'll stop
all you
Khan. I'll be
heard.
like, watch out, Khan. She's AI art. She's an enemy.
If it makes you feel better, I took the shitty art the AI spit out, and I spent about an hour in GIMP making it look correct. Because you know how
Fair.
shit's always wrong.
I'm not super upset with it in the context when you're using it for like a D&D token that there just doesn't exist art for. It's like
Literally
it's
does
fine.
not exist. I tried. And I also didn't pay money for it.
Yeah, and you're not charging money for it.
I'm
is
not
the other
charging
thing.
money, yes, so I'm doing my best to be as close to ethical as possible with it. Anyway, what do you all do?
Oh.
We're gonna make our own AI art minions. We're gonna send them after her, and we're gonna see who's superior.
God, the true darkest timeline for this campaign is that
For
Colin
real.
has generative AI.
Oh my god.
God, don't you think that's stealing from other artists without their permission, or?
But if I didn't steal them out to make my horrible machine, it wouldn't work. So I
I think
have
you
to.
Oh my
I
god.
think you should rebrand that machine. In fact, there's actually a machine name. It's called it's from Pathfinder. What's it called? It's called the Glamorous Unrestrained Hype Machine.
That sounds awesome.
That's amazing.
But Khan, you're the one who entered the room. What do? You have a moment before she's going to notice you.
She ducks for cover.
Okay, give me a stealth check. DC forward. Or, well, let me see what your DC is going to be. Let me see. It's going to be 43.
Okay, 13 or higher. 16.
46. You're good. She does not see you. What do you do?
We're
Well, I'm like-
all like in this room. Maybe we should not
Yeah.
be in this room. We're like back here still.
Yeah, you'll all be behind her.
Yeah, she ducks like behind some of the machinery.
You're able to do so. And yeah, she and the golem do not see you. So you're able to pretty much sneak around this room as much as you want.
Yeah. I guess kind of like the goblin before, Khan's gonna just sneak up and see what she's doing.
Yeah, no problem. You can see she's definitely working on the circuitry of this golem machine. She takes the green bright hand with all the circuits in it, and she's putting it almost like it's a ghost into the machine, like as though she were reaching into the ethereal plane. With her mechanic hand, she picks that up, and parts of her fingers change into like cables and like import, plugs, and she plugs into the machine, and you can see her eyes glaze over, and just like the Matrix, you see data running up and down her eyes. So she clearly doesn't see you. She's like looking at this data. There's nothing there.
Yeah, I guess Con will like motion for everyone to come in, but she's thinking like, damn, those are some sweet specs.
I love that. God, that rig is so bussin'.
If anyone else comes in the room, I'm gonna need stealth checks of 43.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll try.
48, Reese, you're good.
Come on, roll high.
39, not enough for the weed. But you could do lucky kid, I guess. Not enough for Danny either.
No, I'm gonna draw attention to me while they're hiding.
Sure, there you go. So Reese, where do you go? You can hide anywhere in this room.
Yeah, Reese is going to go. If Khan's over there, he's gonna try to find a way to get over here.
Sure, make her off guard?
Yep.
No problem. Let me give her that real quick. Off guard. Okay. What do y'all do?
I walk in. I'm covered in blood because I'm going through my red cap era. And I've got that disgusting hat I was gifted on. And I've got my scythe out. And I'm just looking at her and I say, "You know, those machines don't belong to you."
Is that all you say?
Yeah, I say that, and I wait for her response.
Her head turns 90 degrees directly to face you. You can see what Khan saw. Her eyes, the matrix is just flowing across her eyes, and you hear this echoey, reverberating, multiplied, twinned voice ring out in the room and say,
Observation. The false star will provide the divine override key to execute the universal recursion. Conclusion. Flawed organic systems must be defragmented and deleted.
Roll initiative, please. And this is where we'll end for the
thank
All right.
goodness. Let's see.
So she just basically said that they've got another hack to get Rovagug out. She just said that.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah?
Cool.
They're trying to find another one. Okay, and we've got all the initiatives. Great. Looks like next week the wood golem is going to get to react first, and then Danny, Reese, and Zavid.
Let's go.
In that order. So, we hope everyone will join us next time. Not sure if we're playing next week or not. We'll see. But we hope you'll join us, and we'll see where this goes from here. Have a wonderful time, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.